Liberty Center, Tigers hit the field. Orange and black, the power to wield. Claws out, fangs sharp, hearts full of pride. On this gridiron, we ain't trying to hide. Quarterback's got an arm like a cannon. Linebacker strike, you don't know what happened. Running back cuts, defenders in the rear. Fans in the stands roar loud and clear. Hit Liberty, run that score high. Orange and black make them wonder why. Hit Liberty, show them what we got. Tigers on the prowl, we can't be stopped. Coach got the plays, got the strategy. Defense like a wall, pure energy. Special teams turning the tide fast. Every single play makes the moment last. Cheerleaders hype, crowd in a frenzy. Marching band plays, beats dropping heavy. Sidelines electric, can't fake that zeal. Tigers on the hunt, it's all so real. Hit Liberty, run that score high. Orange and black make them wonder why. Hit Liberty, show them what we got. Tigers on the prowl, we can't be stopped.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another version of On the 50. This time we're going to talk about a good performance after Wauseon and moving to a 9-win position. Casey and the Wauseon game, there was some fear that Wauseon had weapons and could do some things, good quarterback, explosive, skilled guys, and they showed some of those things, but you had these guys pretty focused. Spike in the pregame just couldn't talk enough about the focus, the business-like manner of practice. Again, you always talk about you're not coaching to win a league per se. You're coaching to beat the best team in the state, and that just kind of sets the table for everything, all your preparation. So really good start. Turnovers early, and just a lot of things went your way early, and you got on top of it and got control of this game early.
Yeah, anytime you get turnovers and set your offense up at field position at the 15-yard line, the 30-yard line, you look at all the points we've scored this year. If you really look at the starting field position for our offense, it's hard not to sometimes because the defense and the special teams has put you in such good position. And then you throw on there the punt return. I think we had 21 points, so we had run 5 offensive plays. Yeah,
you get it from special teams, you get it from your all phases, really. I don't know that anybody really expected that. We all want these games to really push and press you a little bit, but when you're getting that kind of attack, when you're getting that kind of balanced attack where your defense is on point early in the game, you're picking up turnovers, intercepting footballs, getting fumbles. I mean, Wauseon had a lot of foibles, a lot of fumbles, and handed a really good football team just too many opportunities. But of those 3 phases, what were you most happy with? If you had to pick, which you typically don't like to do that, but I mean, all 3 phases were really firing on all cylinders.
I think defensively, anytime you play really well defensively, you're going to give yourself a chance to win.
Yeah.
If your offense can't be stopped, but your defense can't stop anybody, you're still going to be in a shootout and anything can happen. But when your defense is, playing as well as what we did Friday, your offense can be very mediocre and you're still going to win. And your special teams can be mediocre and you're still going to be really good. So I think the defense is the key to everything. And they talk about defense wins championships, and when you have an elite defense, that's true.
Well, defense wins championships. You can travel with defense. You can score touchdowns on defense is like, and that's the side of the ball. People don't know that. They think you're some offensive guru. You may or may not be. I'm not so sure I would say that. But, I mean, you are definitely a defensive guy, and you've spent decades on that side of the ball. And between you and Matt Bryan, these schemes and these plans have been very good.
I don't really spend a whole lot of time on the defensive side of the ball anymore as far as schematics. I still coach the secondary as much as I can, but I certainly understand the importance of defense and understand, that's got to be our strength. And it is our strength. It has been for the last 3 years, and that's why we've had the success we have.
You look at the defense in 3 levels, and we talk about this stuff all the time, and it never gets old, though. Like, our viewers love hearing about how good the defensive line is and how mature that the defensive backfield has become. But each week we try to look at what part of the defense was the stalwart of the week. And part of me wants to talk about a 3-man line that can dominate as they have with the depth and the energy, the strength. The linebackers this week, to me, though, really showed up. I mean, I think they always show up. But between Garrison Cruz and Jackson Lonizak, and this is no slight to Mad Max because he's as good of a Mike as we've had in a generation, but what in the world do you got in those two outside linebackers, man? I mean, that is something else.
They're unicorns. We have two unicorns on the team.
You do. That's it. That's a wrap, Mark. Thank you. That's 4 minutes. That's going to be it. I mean, seriously, what you got.
Well,
so my sons run a little lawn business, and they do a good job most times. Some days they don't. But they did Terry Miller's some bushes this summer. It was nice. Sharon, Terry, great to work for. And when it was all said and done, Baxter's packing his stuff up and ready to put it in reverse, and Terry comes out the door and says, "Hold up, I need to talk to you about something." And I think Baxter says, "Oh, Coach Miller and Dad's taught me about Terry Miller. He's a pretty tough guy and
scary,
and a little scary." And he kind of saunters over to the truck and he says, "I want you to tell your dad one thing, that these linebackers here are going to make us all forget about Scott Barrett and Tim Keller." Now, all of that's just in jest, but Baxter couldn't get home fast enough and said, "Dad, I got to tell you what Terry said." But man, is he right. I mean, you never forget about old guys and the legends, and we live that a little bit with Mike Vickers, and I still think that Roger Weeks is the greatest ever, and whether he is or not, we can always debate. But this group here is pretty good. You got guys in the 4, 5, 6 slots that could start at any team. You got a freshman that could probably start on most teams, but man, these three dudes are really playing at a level that we have not seen.
Yeah, and they've put in a ton of work. Guys ahead of them, set the standard, and these guys have.
Well, the guys ahead of them were kind of dudeish. Kind of the OK Corral, old school Liberty guys.
Well, they set the standard for this is the mentality you have. It's seek and destroy, and blow stuff up.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how these guys are, and they're a little bit more athletic than what we've had in the past, and a little bit bigger, and so they're elite.
Well, Waylon Rentz and Max Walker interchangeable. Waylon was unbelievable. Everybody thinks Waylon just a great offense. He was a great defensive player.
Yeah.
One of all-time great defensive players. Then you had the Cruz boys that just looked like the Hanson brothers on Slapshot, just nailing everything that moved. And these two guys bring a refinement, I think, to that. Although I personally enjoyed Trenton and Colton as much as anybody. It reminded me of the '80s. Matt Vollmer and that whole thing where they were just blowing guys up. But these two guys, what I think makes them different too is high IQ players, man. I mean, the reads they're running routes for people. They're jumping tunnel screens. You might be able to beat them with a guy or two, but you can't beat those guys when they're ahead of the play.
Yeah,
they really are ahead of the play.
They're both really highly intelligent kids with really good grades in school that, academically can probably go anywhere they want. And when you've got that combination with their athleticism, their size, their work ethic, they do some good things.
Well, let me tell you what, Tim Keller and I are greatly offended, and nobody's better than Tim and I. So won't you put that in? I can't say that anymore. Tim's been feeling a little rough these days, and I sent him a note, and I hope Tim Keller and it starts to feel a little bit better, and we're praying for you, Tim. An all-time great player at Liberty Center, Tim Keller. But special teams, I love what you're doing on the punt and kickoff return. It's kind of funny. You see the old return left and return right, and then when you're seeing the all-22, you could just see it. I mean, you can see a perfect wall. Like, of course, you're right on top of it. But man, oh man, I mean, those are simple stuff. But highly executable returns on these touchdowns, punts, kickoffs. Isaiah Badenhop, Ethan Gray have just been marvelous.
Yeah, they're both really explosive guys in the return game. Throw JT Olcrew in there.
Well, for sure. We
nothing to do with it, and the rest is history.
There's been some business decisions made here against Liberty Center, and that was kind of one of them. But excellent return game, and everybody talks about the touchdowns, and there's Ethan and there's Isaiah, but it really is the Isaac Worths and some of those players making those key blocks, no blocks in the back. Perfect execution. I mean, O'Brien works on that. I know Brian was maybe at the game on Friday. So did you take that over?
Eric Weimer did.
Oh, okay, good. That's a good. It's interchangeable. Eric and Brian both running special teams. I think Brian's a little more sane than Eric, but the attention to detail. Obviously, we love Eric, but interchangeable and special teams. It's been a big strength of ours for many years. Not just the kicking. People get into the kicking and the extra points, but it really is some of these returns and protections and stuff that we do so well.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. You can't just do one. It's got to be a combination of both. And we talk about as we get into the playoffs and end of the season, all of the hidden yards and special teams.
Yes.
In the kick game, can we cover? We don't want them to get, big returns. In the return game, are we going to catch the ball or are we going to let it bounce for 20 yards? Those are hidden things. Even if you catch a punt and only gain 5 yards, that's huge rather than letting it hit and rolling 15 yards.
Well, that's been one of your nitpicky things for years on that. You just go ballistic when you guys let the ball roll. We always talk about that, like catch the ball. I mean, down the ball. Don't let that roll cost us 10 more yards.
Yeah, and our coverage units have been really good. We haven't had to punt a whole lot, but our punt game has been really good. And the cover, you look at a crime brink punt that goes above the lights that nobody can see. It looks like a comet coming down. And
then there's a turnover because of that.
Well, look at the coverage down there. We have 5 guys in a straight line.
Well, it's not hard to cover a ball that hangs 18 seconds. I mean, that was the greatest hang time in the history of Liberty Center punting, was it not?
It was pretty impressive. But getting guys down there, if they catch it clean, they're not going anywhere.
Right.
So those are things we want to continue to do. And again, in big games, those are going to show up and be magnified.
You've coached a lot of games. You've been an assistant in a lot of games. I always make reference to that. Has there been a game in recent memory where you fired this cleanly on all cylinders? I know we've had good games. We're winning big games. But this seemed just everything kind of came together. Even the small things, the operational stuff on extra points and all those things just seem to be, with the exception of maybe some penalties you wouldn't have liked there or something maybe in the first half. But it looked like this thing was about 95% like Liberty gets through what could have been a trap game against a team. I think they got the ingredients. They just haven't kind of put it all together in Wauseon. So 9-0 or 9 wins. The league situation is right in front of us against Archbold, but there's other things to talk about. I wanted to highlight a player, and you could do this with a lot of players. I think we've done that over the week, especially in our broadcast. But I think that Garrison Cruz gets tons and tons of accolades, as he should, and credit. We talk about Max being this generational player because he does so many things that are so important to a football team. But Jackson Lonizak has been exceptional, both in the passing game as a defensive player, is in elite shape. He has been healthy and has delivered tremendous results and kind of does it. Just, he brings the briefcase to work, high IQ guy and an exceptional player. And we talked about it a minute ago, but just talk about the evolution of Jackson Lonizak, both in the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball.
I guess if I had to explain it, I would say, he came in very raw, really fast, naturally strong, good size, super smart. And I guess it was our job to kind of put all that together and turn him into a football player, and that's what he's becoming now. We put him in certain situations last year on offense to catch the ball and be an explosive threat for us in the pass game on a limited basis because he still had to learn the fine-tuning of his blocking and things like that. You don't want to put too much on to a sophomore that age that's just kind of learning that position on offense. And then on defense, it's kind of the same thing. He had a lot of really good guys ahead of him. It was kind of like, wait your turn, but you're going to get some chances, and he did. He had an injury kind of in the preseason last year that sidelined him maybe for a few weeks, that set his progress back a little bit, and then started to play really well. And then at the end of last season, he had another injury that set him back, and then we didn't get him back until probably late in the playoffs. So he was kind of hindered a little bit last year in that way. So a lot of people didn't really know about him outside of the program, which I love. And he's kind of exploded onto the scene now. He's been healthy and just gotten better with more and more reps, and just done a tremendous job for us. But he's probably the most explosive athlete I've ever coached.
Yeah.
When you look at, if he was at an NFL combine, he'd
win it.
He'd be a first-round pick because his 40 time, his broad jump, his vertical leap, his strength is everything you look for in a player. Now, if he was 6'5", he'd have 1,000 D1 offers.
Well, we talked about that. I mean, he's not, but he might be a Division I. He might be a Mid-American Conference player. I mean, I think Garrison Cruz is going. Go to BG, Toledo, whatever he wants to do. He's going to do that. Of course, you got Kellen, who's got that enormous size that just gives him that P5 look. But I think Jackson Lonizak could do that.
I have no doubt he could.
There's no question he's a
now,
D1.
Somebody can give him a chance, and he's probably got to put himself out there a little bit and market himself.
Which is not something he does.
No. But if somebody gave him an opportunity, I think they'd be very pleased.
Well, we're going to get to it in a little bit, but your youth and junior high group, when we talk about your 100 wins, I know you don't want to talk about that a lot, but we're going to get into that because I think Jackson Lonizak is one of those guys that was a little bit of a player in youth, kind of saw a few things. Of course, you got two parents that are 6 foot plus, dad 6'3", 4, whatever, and then you got him in junior high that you saw pieces and parts. Maybe he does or doesn't want to necessarily come out and play football. Not sure. He's just a great athlete. Then boom, here he is as a junior, just blowing everybody up. So this process, this corporate football, this handing these to these coaches and programs, these layers have kept him out and interested in. Boy, not that he was not going to come out, but you just never know on these kids today. He's got a lot of options. He's so smart and track star, but he has really paid dividends staying out and growing up into a great player. Because junior high and youth, it's fun to watch them be great kids, but this is where it really pays off.
Yeah, and he's stuck with the program, and that's part of what, when kids stick with the program, we tell them if you do the right things, you're going to have success, and he's a perfect example of that. Like I said, he came in very raw, and it's funny, as coaches, we're kind of fighting over him. Like, we didn't know what position is he going to play because he can do so many things. It's like, well, let's make him a split end. Well, he's got the size he can block. Maybe he's a wingback. Well, I like him at tight end because he opens up so many things for our offense. And
really good blocker there.
Yeah.
Underrated blocker.
He could be a running back for us. He'd be an elite running back. Defensively, it's like linebackers wanted him. Snipers wanted him. He could probably put his hand on the ground and be a defensive end. He can do a lot of things, and I think that's what makes him really good is that he is so versatile.
Jigs up there when Tyler Roars went down, which was really devastating. We just all kind of like physically just lost it there for a bit because he's such an important part of this team. And we're trying to go through the substitutions. Of course, you got a lot of bodies, but Jigs like, how about Jackson Lonizak? Like, wait a minute, as a cover DB? And he's like, yeah, as a cover DB, which speaks to, and I guarantee if you put him there, he'd perform for you.
Yeah,
guarantee it.
That's always meant every time you talk about, okay, what do we need? And he's like, oh, Jackson Lonizak could do it. Well, yeah, no kidding, he could. He can do anything. But, there are some, those conversations were had in some cases. It's like, you know what, we're probably better off where he is. He knows, because there's a learning curve anytime you switch positions. But definitely somebody who is always going to be the first draft pick when somebody says, hey, we need somebody here. It's like, okay, I bet Jackson could do that.
Yeah, well, Jackson Lonizak has been I think people felt good about Jackson Lonizak, but I don't think that they realized that he was going to do the things he's doing. You could target him 5-6 times in a game in a passing game. You could hand him the ball 10, 15. I mean, there's just things he can do that a lot of guys can't. And it's just great to see these guys emerge and be such great players. And
the best thing about him is he's only a junior.
I know. Well, you got some pretty good juniors there, Coach, for sure. Jackson Lonizak having such a great season and just excited to see. We won't spend a lot of time here because you're not a boastful braggart type guy. I mean, there's a comfort level in you're coaching. And let's face it, we've had this discussion. This is not football in the 90s or 80s where this league was balanced and rugged each week. This has been different. Of course, a lot of that's because of the football program has been elevated here as well. So, football, unfortunately, is not better today. We got to get that and address that. But 100 wins is 100 wins is 100 wins in your 9th season. And I'm looking at it more introspectively, not just, Casey won 100 games. I think that's great, and everybody talks about that. But I just think that people need to understand there's a process in an organization and all these people around you that do that. And you've always been one to talk about those things. But Rex Lindgren certainly had a tremendous culture here. Now, late in his career, it wasn't maybe undefeated or going to state title games anymore, but it still was intact. You were part of that. You knew that. Your youth program is as good as anybody around. I think you've acknowledged that. We're going to have a podcast about your junior high coaches and retention and how those guys have been so phenomenal. You've got a nifty little freshman deal in there that you've gotten some games, and those kids are getting snaps. Mm-hmm. And now you're getting a couple freshmen that are emerging as a little bit of a varsity influence, which has been great. And you've got a great varsity. I mean, you've got a lot going on. Of course, you have a family that's super supportive. Casey, you've kind of got it all here a little bit. This was not an 0-10 program with 27 players.
No.
And Rex got handled that, and it was a disaster. And he took him some time to – you stepped right in and upgraded immediately and just went on about your merry way.
Well, I'll tell anybody I'm pretty blessed.
You are blessed.
And I've had people ask me about how do you build a program, and it's like, well, I really don't know. I didn't have to do that.
But you were there, and you had coached in junior high. You
Yeah.
coached. I mean, it's not like you didn't do it all. That's why you
Right.
got the job. But now you see it from your perspective. It really is something to see.
So I guess my thinking is, I read the book by Pete Carroll, Win Forever.
Yeah.
And okay, that's what I want to do. I want this program to win forever. And then, I've talked about it at a coaches meeting. How do we get to be like Kirtland and Marion Local that are winning state titles every year? What do we have to do? And so as a staff, you kind of sit down and talk about what we have to do at the high school level. But it's not just what we do at the high school level. It's a whole holistic thing. The youth program, junior high program, sub-varsity program. Heard Tim Goodwin from Marion Local talk last year about, he goes to JV games and he can tell why these schools don't have great programs is because they don't put an emphasis on the JV program. He said when we go, they have several coaches there. They're coaching their kids up. Those kids get reps in practice. They're developing kids in those areas. And, I'm a believer as long as those kids are at practice, they're in a JV freshman game, whatever, we can change positions later on. They're still getting that experience, the hitting, the tackling, the blocking. I don't care if you're a linebacker, DB, D lineman, you got to know how to tackle. You got to know how to strike a defender. Our blocking, fundamentals aren't different if I'm a guard, tackle, tight end, running back. We're teaching all those things. So that's the thing is development, I think, and getting the numbers out, I think, was big when I took over. I thought we had some lean years numbers-wise, and so my goal was if we can get 50 on our roster consistently, that'll give us a chance to have good practice because, we'll have our varsity and we'll have guys that we can practice against because a couple years before that, I think we ended the year, we had like 35 guys available, and that counted freshmen, and our practices just weren't quality because we did, we're playing half line stuff some of the time, and if we got the numbers up, and now we've been over 60 kids consistently, I think, for 7 years, which has been a huge advantage to us.
Neil Carter talked about that, not to interrupt, because I think that's a really good point. People forget you guys love practice. That's how you get to these W's on the field. You need to have a high quality, high intense, competitive practice. Mm-hmm. We lose, no one's going to practice. Spike is, but no one's really going to practice and watching you guys compete. You're not just going through drills, Case. You're competing. And Neil was talking about, half line. That's kind of hard to get everybody ready when you're going half line. You haven't had that issue the last several years.
No, and so it's a whole thing. The youth program has been awesome, but then the junior high program has been great, getting kids out and keeping them out.
Yes.
And I probably one of the smartest things I've ever done, and it was probably by accident, was getting the junior high down in the weight room with our varsity guys.
Culture.
And getting them into the weight room, and just they're not doing our program, but they're down there, they're exercising, they're not on devices. And you start to build relationships between those older guys and the junior high guys, and they love it. Those junior high guys love it. They want to be down there, and they want to be part of the program.
They do.
And that was kind of by accident. When Thomas was in junior high, I said, you're coming to the weight room, you're going to do some stuff. Tell your friends they can come. Well, they started coming, and then the class below them wanted to come, and then it's just kind of snowballed from there. But it's been really good for our program.
Well, certainly the culture has been pervasive throughout all levels, and I love that term sub-high school, meaning the JV pro. I don't know the last time I've seen a JV loss. Like, I see all your varsity coaches. You get in there late after the film. Nick Miller oftentimes is in there. You see Ryan Miller down there. At the freshman game this week, you had Eric Weimer and Nick Miller there. Boy, did things get notched up. Well, there's the big guys are showing up, but they're there, and they're coaching. Yeah. They weren't looking at the scoreboard. Nick Miller and Eric are right there coaching those kids like you talked about. That's huge.
Well, for the freshman coaches, it's tough when you only have 2 there and you're trying to manage 20 kids, and I'm calling a play, and when you try to watch everything, you see nothing. And when you have a couple set of eyes that I'm going to watch the D-line, I'm going to watch the linebackers, now you've got somebody who's calling the defense, and you got somebody who's coaching those kids on fundamentals, and things like that. And same with offense. I got a play caller, and now I've got eyes watching kids. Are they executing their assignment with the proper fundamentals and technique? And it's just very, very helpful, and it pays dividends in the long run.
You know, Todd Spangler, Brad Howe, Coach Box, and then the new guy. I always forget.
Tyson Andrews.
Tyson Andrews is right there with tons of enthusiasm. One of the few non-Liberty guys that we've allowed in the program. Now, I told Riggy and Matt, I said, listen, you're lucky to be here. And they're like, we are. But this cat's done a good job for us. And, again, lots of success. And you guys don't grade success always by wins and losses. I think you're grading success by progress, development.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you put a premium on wins, but I think you're putting a premium on snaps, experience, technique. Are you doing what we ask you to do? I think that's where it shows up. And that's kind of cool to think of it in that way.
Yeah, we don't want to get caught up in the final product because sometimes that's misleading. So it's
Yes.
the process.
Yeah.
And that's a huge Nick Saban influence.
We've talked about that in our texts. You pay a lot of attention to Nick, and you act like a lot like him, actually. So the rat poison business. So let's get on to Archbold in the preview. Obviously, for all the marbles, this game has been played for all the marbles. By the way, congratulations on 100. Congratulations to the organization, too. Supportive of you, including your family, for 100. That's pretty phenomenal in 9 years. Archbold, pretty good football team. They've got a lot of momentum over there, skilled guys, quarterbacks. You and Coach Dominic's got a great relationship. You guys are both innovative on offense, and you've kind of gotten him pretty good the last couple of years. I think there's an edge over there. I think they've circled it a little bit like PH did maybe last year going over there. This is a big game against a good football team.
Yeah, and this is the kind of games you
Yes.
want, Week 10
Yes.
for all the marbles.
Yes.
Really good program, great coach, great staff, does it the right way. Like you said, they're young. They're
Yep.
very young. I think maybe one senior on offense. They've got a lot of athletes.
Yet 7 returning on offense, 9 on defense. So young but hungry and experienced.
Yeah, and you can see how much better they are this year than they were last year. And even, we played Eastwood scrimmaged Archbold, so we had that film, and it's like, oh my gosh, looking at Archbold in their scrimmage versus looking at Archbold now, they're 100 times better. And it's probably those young guys getting more reps and getting guys settled into positions and things like that. But, they're a really good team. They're going to make a pretty good push in the playoffs for sure. And we're going to have to play a really good game because, ton of athletes on offense.
Yes.
Really smart quarterback.
Yes.
Makes good plays. Defensively, good athletes on the field that really run and get to the ball really well, and they're very disciplined. Maybe don't have the size they've had the last a couple years ago, but they've got good size. They got a lot of 220 to 240 pound kids that aren't D1 kids, but that's pretty good size for NWAL, and they move well, and they're well coached, and it's just going to be a battle for us.
I kind of feel like when I watch Archbold play and I take into consideration all the exterior factors, I think Coach Dominic's a good coach. I think he's a really good coach,
yeah.
and I think you've said that for a very long time. They've got some grit to them. They've been down late in a couple games and have won those games. A 21-7 deficit to Patrick Henry, got them. Delta driving to win, got them. Like they've won some tough games. Case they've been in those battles. I don't know that we've been in those. So, I mean, they're kind of tested for this kind of game, aren't they?
Yeah, that's something we talked about in our coaches meeting. That they're a second half team
For sure.
PH, Delta, even St. Henry. They were down early and really clawed back
Yes.
into it. So they're battle tested for sure, and that's a concern we've had. We haven't had to face a lot of adversity in game this year, and so when that happens, how are we going to react to it?
Certainly a high-quality coaching staff, a lot like yours, getting these guys ready at all 3 levels. I like the quarterback play. I think that they're innovative on offense. They're creative, a little bit like what you guys have done. They're underrated on defense. They get important stops in important parts of the game. And with that kind of coaching, I always think a good head coach is worth 3 to 7 points. Like every time we play Bill or even Mike this year, I think, doggone it, that's just going to take something away from us, and we're going to have to respond. I think Coach Dominic has that ability and that staff to do that.
Oh yeah, they're very diverse offensively
Yes.
and really a little bit defensively, but they can really attack you in a lot of different ways. Great screen game. You want to put pressure on the quarterback because they throw the ball downfield. Well, they're going to screen you to death, and they're really, really efficient at it. They're going to run the ball. They've got gadget plays, and then they'll push the ball down the field, and they got a couple of wideouts that have tremendous ball skills. That we may give up a couple of those 50-50 balls. We're going to have to really kind of move on, and we got to make some plays when they need to be made.
You know, the quarterback they've had, it was a big competition in the preseason, and they had a winner. There was some more competition midseason. The quarterback that's emerged there has been pretty consistent in some of these big games, and now he's really starting to become a guy that owns that spot with the confidence. You watch the film, he gets out, his eyes are downfield, he moves safeties, he does some things that is going to test us in the secondary, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure early in the season it was probably just go manage the game and manage the offense, and now you see it opening it up a little bit and letting him make plays and things like that, and it's made them a lot better.
I think Archbold's defense, even though you've seen points been given up, I think they're pretty good. I think they're a little underrated. I think their linebackers run. I think their defensive backfield athletic, like you said. I think they can fight you up front. I think this Archbold team's, there's a reason why they're sitting here undefeated. I think that they're pretty good on defense too.
Yeah, they make plays when they have to be made. They've given up some plays here and there, but when it's crunch time, they make the plays they have to make, and when you can do that, you're going to be really successful a lot of the time.
You know, you can be a championship program some of the time, but being a winning program all the time, I think really matters. Archbold's been a winning program for a very long time. I looked at the career record of Coach Dominic. I mean, he's got like 89 wins or something. You two both, I think, came in together or somewhere on there. Maybe he's on year 10 or 11, but Liberty Center Archbold's going to be a fabulous game for a league championship, and you've been dying for these contests. I mean, each week you're looking for something. Well, you got plenty to play for this week. Mm-hmm. One last question. What if you were to say, as a fan, what you guys talk about in the coach's room is your business, but when fans prepare for this game, what is the biggest concern you have about Archbold?
Third downs, I think.
Yeah.
We need to get off the field on third down defensively because down and distance to them doesn't mean a whole lot. Second and 8 or 9, probably not a big deal to them because of their passing attack and stuff like that. So we have to get off the field on third down, and we have to convert our third downs. When we've had success against them, we've been able to do that. When we haven't had success against them, third downs was a big problem for us. 2
seconds on the seniors. We got to spend a whole conversation about your seniors. It was senior night against Wasion. I never know when to talk about them because we're going to play longer. So you talk about the seniors at the end. It's not the end. Vickers would contend it's the middle of the season, but 19 seniors getting a chance to watch, Tyler Roars lead us on the field. That was pretty emotional. Really good choice there. Maybe a quick word about the seniors.
Well, you talk about that. That was the seniors' decision to do that.
Awesome.
I had nothing to do with it.
Awesome.
But those guys are hard workers. They just go about their business. They care for each other and their teammates, and I think that's probably the biggest thing is that they're just a great group of guys. They care about each other. They like each other. They're going to razz each other and give each other a hard time here and there, but at the end of the day, man, they love each other and they love this team.
How many losses in their career? 3? 4?
3.
Good grief. 3 losses for the senior class. I do not compute. My bad. I was never good at math, and I'm not good at 3. That seems ridiculously low. This week on the road for a league title, Coach Moeller takes his 9-win Liberty Center Tiger team into Archbold, who's also undefeated in the league and ready to win a league championship. Archbold with only 1 loss. Going to be exciting. I'm not even sure what they call the field. I used to call it Spangler Field all the time. It's not that anymore, but should be exciting. Coach, we wish you a lot of luck. This is the kind of game you work for. It's what you work for all those days to win a title. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good evening, Tiger sports fans, and welcome to Week 10, the NWOAL Championship game between the Archbold Blue Streaks and your Liberty Center Tigers. Hi, everybody. Jeremy Babcock with Scott Barrett and Brian Babcock. And, guys, the Streaks are 8-1, the Tigers are 9-0, and we are looking for a great league title contest tonight.
Jigs, like we talked about all week, it seems like we've been doing podcasts in this game all week.
Yes.
Junior high group in this week in our podcast and the Crossbuck Construction broadcast. We outlined a lot of different things about this Archbold team. I got more notes for this one than I do even for Deldon. Patrick Henry, big one tonight. David Dominic, the head coach of Archbold. In his 11th season, he's 88-32, 4 league championships. Currently comes into this game, as Jeremy said, 8-1, 7-game win streak for Archbold. They are number 1 in Division 6 Region 22. They are number 2 in the state of Ohio in Division 6.
This is a high-level operation, fantastic coaches, a very young football team, Jigs, but this Archbold team has got a lot of weaponry.
Yeah, if you just turn the film on offense, that's kind of the position that pops is the offense. They got weapons all over the board. They got 4 or 5 different weapons on the outside that can go different skill sets, guys that can catch a slot and go speed up the middle. They got a guy on the outside that they can go deep to. Ryder Ryan, the running back, is very
You've
capable.
Loved him. You've talked about him since week
great looking
one.
running back. I like the way he can change pace. Great in the screen game, very effective. And they got a kind of a slot slash tight end as well. Anderson Bentley, number 7, another guy to look out for. He's a good blocker. He's a big kid, sophomore. Kind of does a lot he does a little bit in the run game, a lot in the pass game. There's just a lot of weapons on this Archbold offense. I think that's where things start for Archbold is offense.
Liberty Center, Jeremy wins the toss. Tonight is senior night. Last week, Liberty celebrated 19 seniors. This year, the number I see is 7. This Archbold team extremely young. They roster 58 players. Plenty of momentum in the program. You have played against Archbold. You watched your brother play. You did some coaching. Talk about the Archbold Liberty Center rivalry and some of the things you experienced there.
There's been so many great games over the years that went down to the wire, titles on the line, and it's been a great rivalry for years. I can think of a couple games that were won in the last series or the last play of the game. One in particular.
You were a part of one of those.
I was. It was a great night to be a Tiger that night. But
what year was that?
That was playing in 2000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a very good football team in 2000.
Yeah. But the storied history between these two programs is fantastic, and I think we're going to have another good one tonight.
You know, Jigs, Casey loves to defer. He wants to play defense. He loves these things. I mean, he's won 8 of the 10 tosses this year, defers all the time. Archbold, a traditional slow starter on offense, but boy, do they come from behind. 5 come from behind wins. Last week, even Brian took an early lead and looked in command in the first quarter, but they've had a heck of a schedule. They beat the number 2 team, Division 5, Region 18, Genoa, in a really good football game. Came back to get Patrick Henry after being down 21-7. Cut Delta out late. Delta was driving, and they had a defensive stand. 2 times last year they won in the last minute. That's 5 come-from-behind wins from a very young program. What does that do for the confidence and belief in what they can do in a football game?
Yeah, I think this team's coming in with a lot of confidence. If you watched them earlier in the year, I watched the scrimmage against Eastwood, and they did not look very good. I'm watching it. Eastwood really dominated that scrimmage. I'm thinking, Archbold may be down a little bit. But you just seen some of the scores and the way they've had success. It's kind of just building up to this last game. I think they're playing their best ball. This is a team that is capable on offense to come back from any score, and they can come. And they're going to be ready to go. It's at home, league championship. Got a young team that's kind of hitting their stride late in the season. I expect a ready football team from Archbold tonight.
We'll get to Liberty in a second. We've only talked Liberty to death all year long, but we're going to do it again. But we talked about the strength of this football team in Archbold. But I think they're a little bit vulnerable on the defensive end of the field, and I think they're really strong in the defensive backfield. They take a lot of their skilled guys, and led by Morgan Harris as kind of their shutdown corner. But you have to believe, a little bit like Delta basically focused on Garrison Cruz. Their entire game plan was to bottle him up, don't let any explosives out of the backfield from Garrison, and then you have to pick your poison. Liberty Center has a couple of complimentary backs, and Caden Crimebrink really stepped into that game. But Thomas Moeller hurt Delta that night. Baxter Barrett had a good-looking ball game, and Caden Crimebrink was phenomenal as efficiency and explosive. So I don't know that Archbold has enough answers for us on it. We talk about Archbold's offense, but I really like our offense against their defense.
Yeah, well, it's weapons has kind of been the key word on this Liberty Center offense all year long. It's Baxter Barrett, it's Garrison Cruz, it's Thomas Muller,
Ethan Gray.
It's Lonzak from the tight end, split out, Ethan Gray. You're talking about Badenhop on the outside. He's really coming on, and Caden Crimebrink is throwing the ball as well as any Liberty Center quarterback that we've seen in maybe ever. So there is weapons all over the place with the Liberty Center team, and you can't just focus on one thing. You want to stop the run, you want to stop 30, okay, we have some answers for that. And that has been the challenge for opposing defenses is where do you begin to try to stop this Liberty Center offense?
Jeremy, Liberty Center's rushing attack led by, Cruz and Moeller, 1,700 yards and 30 touchdowns, and
that's probably playing
2.5 quarters,
that's
if
right.
that.
Yeah.
Garrison Cruz, he's a Division I football player, going to probably end up at Bowling Green. We might see Eddie George deep in the playoffs up in Rex Lindgren Stadium. But talk a little bit about when you're watching the game. You've called the games, you've watched the games, you've watched the film. Talk about the 1-2 punch of Cruz and Moeller.
Yeah, I love the way they both run powerfully. They finish runs. They're not blazing speed guys, but they got enough speed to get the yards in the open field. And the vision they have to cut back is fantastic. And they finish runs. They will punish you at the end of that run. I love it. Love to see that.
Yeah, certainly Garrison Cruz, explosive. I mean, what was the number of touches? 78 touches.
Wow.
1,100 yards and 21 touchdowns. Thomas Moeller, nearly 700 yards and 80 touches. Baxter Barrett adds almost 300 yards with under 20 touches. I mean, does it get more efficient and effective?
No.
And then you got some young guys that are coming up behind. An Orth kid comes in, does a great job at wing. You've got Spangler does a great job when he's got a sub in. Liberty has got some depth in their youth here too, in the running back room.
They absolutely do, and let's not forget it all starts up front for Liberty Center.
Well, I got a whole page on the guys up front.
Let me segue.
Real quick before you go there. What is the yards per carry on these guys? I don't know. You probably didn't look at that, but it's got to be huge.
I got it.
I think Gary last week was 15.
He's 15 yards per touch.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know that it gets any better than that.
That's right.
14.5, and Thomas is at 9.
Yeah, We'll take that.
And Thomas plays half for us, but let's face it, guys, he looks more like a traditional 90s fullback, really good on the cuts and reads, and excellent in the open field. Maybe doesn't have the type of speed that maybe Baxter Barrett does, or what we would have probably gotten out of a couple other guys. Guy getting injured early in the season, a senior. Hate to see Tyler go down with an injury. He's a speed guy, but certainly Liberty's effectiveness in their running game starts with the offensive line, and it probably all starts, to me, with Hunter Spangler at center.
Yes.
But how do you deny what you're getting out of tackle and Kellen Weimer?
Well, I mean, you're talking about two big fellas on that line. Then you put Bockelman and Gabe Clapp on that other side of the tackles, and let's not forget about our guards.
Phenomenal.
I mean, Max Walker has been outstanding.
All-Ohio player as a guard. All-Ohio player as a Mike linebacker. All-Ohio player as a special teamer. Kickoff, punt, field goal.
I mean,
there's not been a player maybe in our program's history quite like
that
Max
versatile.
Walker.
He is.
Absolutely. And when you just turn the film on, especially when you watch the end zone film of this offensive line and their ability to get to the second level. When we say second level, that is make your primary block on the line and then get to the linebackers. That's where we win. We get on linebackers, and these running backs get 2, 3, 4 yards before there's contact, and that's where you're seeing these explosive runs. It all starts up front, and this offensive line is as good as we've seen here.
Guard was one of our preseason question marks, Jeremy and Jiggs, and I think Swigert has won that position, but you've got players that can, young players, a Fitzenreiter who's had a great season. You're getting really good play out of that guard position. Navarre has been he's been contributor on defense too.
Yes.
Swigert and Navarre both have been key defensive stoppers on the defensive line.
To the point where Cifuentes, very capable guard, they don't even have to put him there.
He's fourth in that room.
You can just say, hey, you're going to play defense. Save your energy and give me all you got on defense. That's kind of what kind of depth we're talking about in this offensive line for Liberty Center.
We talk a lot about Archbold's offense. Very talented, very young, very athletic. They answer a lot of questions when you're scouting them. But Caden Kreinbrink for Liberty Center, those numbers look pretty good. Caden's thrown for nearly 1,000 yards, 55 of 83 in 9 games. Casey thinks he's been told, hey, we're throwing the ball so much more. This is so great. We're throwing the ball essentially under 10 times a game. The efficiency in the pass game, 15 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Talk about you mentioned this. I didn't catch this in the margins. We're not turning the ball over this year.
No. I mean, these backs continue to just hang on to the ball. We don't fumble. And Caden Kreinbrink, he had those 2 picks. Remember how early there's one against Sonora, and I think he had one in the second game, and that has been shored up.
Yeah.
And you can just see his progressions, the way he's reading defenses, putting the ball where it needs to be. He's got a touch game now where that he may not have had
better.
last year.
Getting better. Yeah.
And that's kind of what you see as a quarterback. When a quarterback gets more reps, more snaps, you start to see the full level that they have, and Caden Kreinbrink can make every throw, and he has been solid, and this offensive line keeps him upright.
Yeah, we don't give up sacks. Nick talks about a sack a year, and we're kind of on schedule. I mean, and it's not like we're a drop-back passing team, and the play action does slow down the rush. But he's big enough, Caden Kreinbrink's big enough to stand in the pocket and feel a little heat and just step through throws. He's got a cannon. But you know what? The one group we don't talk enough about, because they're only seeing about 8 to 10 throws a game, is that wide receiver tight end group and in your wing. A lot of weapons on the perimeter for Liberty Center. Ethan Gray has really started to become a very mature, outstanding route runner. Jackson Lonzak is kind of our burner as a tight end. You can slot him and you can spread him out. He's a sub 4.8 40 guy. Then you got guys like Baxter Barrett, who runs precise routes, who's got big playability. And Isaiah Badenhop. I mean, Jigs, they just kind of keep coming at you.
That's right.
There's a lot of dudes that can catch balls and turn them into touchdowns.
That's right. Well, you kind of missed Mason Smith there, too. Had a touchdown last week. That's a guy that's just
big,
fighting to get on
red
the field.
Red zone, 6'5" senior.
The depth is just all over the board. And, I love the play action. And Caden Kreinbrink has done a really good job lately of faking better in the pass game, pulling those linebackers up. That's where you're seeing Baxter on those drags come across wide open. Lonzak from his tight end position wide open. That is faking. That is getting your linebackers to come up on thinking run, and that has been great. Another thing about Kreinbrink is, you're seeing some 3rd and 4th and shorts where you jump on Hunter Spangler's back and you're getting 2 to 3 yards. I'm telling you, when you get late in the playoffs and you got short yardage and you don't have to worry about handing the ball off, you can just get behind your big-time center and ride him for a first down. So key. Just watch down the road. That's going to be key for this football team.
Kreinbrink looks as good under center as he does in shotgun.
Yeah.
I mean, his faking, his ball handling has improved a great deal. He's big and strong enough to get you +2, +3 in short yardage. And quite frankly, when things do break down, which is rare in the passing game, he is a plus-yard rusher and finishes runs. He's a powerful runner.
One of these games, we might need to have that happen in a big spot.
Well,
and he
tonight,
can do it.
He
can do it.
You might see it tonight. Liberty Center, 33 straight NWOAL games, 44 straight regular season wins.
Wow. That's a
few. Now,
few.
you played on a good football team, a couple of them. You played in the very end of kind of our decade, 11-year golden run from about 91 through 2001, right?
97. Yeah, 97.
Well, the 97 team was a state championship winner. 98, we returned. But, I mean, we started in 91.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I think that was the first year we got Archbold, maybe? Or was that 90? One of those 2 years we had broken the string of a dominant run that Archbold had against us. Liberty now leads the series 37-31. I was listening a little bit, to the old coach at Archbold. He was talking about in his pregame a little bit about what this game has meant. A lot of Week 10 matchups, throughout history. It got a little screwballed there and got back to Week 10. But talk about the golden run we're in. I mean, you've seen it as a spectator. You have a son in the program, and junior high and youth programs. Talk about what they're seeing as a youngster. The number of wins, state championship games. Liberty is on a historic run.
Big-time historic run. And the culture here at Liberty Center is just fantastic. It's unprecedented. It's probably the best in Northwest Ohio. My sons come to this game, and they look up to these guys on this field tonight, and they see win after win after win after league title after league title. And that's the expectation. All these youngsters meeting on Sunday at Fireman's Park. No, we're winning ball games, guys. And that culture starts down there. It's continued through junior high, as you guys talked about this week in the podcast, and we're finishing up here, and we're rolling, and the future's bright.
Jigs, we had the youth program on in the podcast 2 weeks ago. We had the junior high coaches come in to talk about some of those foundational things like retention, enthusiasm, fundamentals, and you just see it translate on the field here. You've got kids at pre-K all the way through your senior class that we celebrated last year, 19 seniors. 19 seniors.
Yeah.
8th grade has 27 players. 7th grade has 22 players. 6th grade's got 21. I mean, these classes, it's relentless the amount of retention and enthusiasm we have. And you are part of some of those youth teams. But talk about what that means when you've gotten through a program and you can look all the way back down and they're just hordes of youth coming.
It's incredible. I mean, these are numbers that we've not seen at Liberty Center before this era, really. And I think if you look at the product on Friday nights, we continue to talk about depth. When you talk about depth, there are probably a lot of second teamers on this Liberty Center team that could start for just about every single league team in the NWOAL. So when you have numbers, you have depth, and you continue to stack classes like Liberty Center has done. If you got a weaker class, that's okay. You got classes that are coming up.
Between.
Sophomores can play, juniors can play. That's okay. So depth, and that's been the key for Liberty Center.
You've seen it too from the youth program and into the junior high program.
Yeah.
Those guys, they're not focused on winning championships. We talked very little about wins, talked more about retention and enthusiasm, and I think that's what's carried over here,
no doubt,
at the varsity program. There's a group of guys on this defense that I think are going to have to come up big tonight. The linebacker room. I looked at their numbers today, a little bit like Spike does, but in 2.5 quarter games, 170 tackles, nearly 50 tackles for loss, and about 11 sacks. And they've got a handful of interceptions out of that linebacker room.
Yeah.
You know, you've got some depth there with Baxter Barrett, but the top 3 guys, Garrison Cruz, an elite two-way player, Jackson Lonzak, an elite two-way player, and then you got Max Walker, the anchor of that defense at Mike. Talk a little bit about what you've seen. I mean, we knew they were very good.
Yes.
Wow, have they delivered, and I think they've delivered way above expectations.
No, they have. I mean, it starts with Max Walker, the heartbeat, I think, of this football team, the emotional leader. That guy he doesn't miss tackles. He's a rock inside. He can blitz him. You can put him in pass pro. He's got his hands on balls all season long.
Tremendous IQ reader of the offense.
That's right. So it starts with him, calling the plays from that middle linebacker position. Then you talk about the Ferraris on the outside with Gary and Lonzak. I mean, these guys blitz
How good did Lonzak play last
unbelievable.
week?
I mean, just shot out of a cannon. You get these guys off the edge blitzing the quarterback, and it is a deadly combo, and they play the run just as well. And then you got Baxter that's in there in that fourth man, and Spangler coming in. So this room continues to be good. It's film study. It's education from Coach Eric Weimer and Brian Hefflinger.
Yes, sir.
And it's just understanding what we're going into and seeing the plays happen before they develop. And that they're just there. These linebackers were there before plays even get going.
John Downey would even have said that the defensive line, that 3-man defensive line with Weimer, Spangler, Dippy Cifuentes, and then a whole host of youngsters that are coming in games. We talked about Henry Fitzgerald. He's played a big role. We talked a lot about Lucas Navarre. He's given us really good snaps on the defensive line. Swaggart has really stepped in and made big plays. That defensive line, maybe not they don't get the star power of the linebackers, but goodness sakes, when you're trying to run against that, who has run against us this year? Right now, we're giving up 3.8 points a game and less than 31 yards rushing. That's dominance. Let's get into the national anthem here on senior night at our stadium.
And veterans to salute the flag as the Marching Blue Streaks present our national anthem.
on the KK Collision pregame show as we get ready to wrap up here. We really appreciate Kyle Kern and KK Collision sponsoring us all year long in this pregame.
Absolutely.
And, we've been lucky to have great corporate sponsors, KK Collision, Kyle Kern. Thank you very much. As we get ready to wrap up, I wanted to talk about special teams. Archbold special teams pretty good. Good returners. If you watch them on film, effective punt and kickoff coverers.
Yes.
This is a strength of a young football program, but I think it might be the hidden strength of Liberty Center's football program now.
I mean, just look at the last 2 weeks. Ethan Gray last week, punt return.
Isaiah Badenhop
the week before. So you're getting production.
Caden Kreinbink on the punt that got the turnover last week. What was that? Kicked it above the press box. The hang time, a month on the hang time.
We continue to talk about no holes, and if you look on special teams and all from extra point, kickoff, punt return, punt. I mean, there is no hole across the board, and they've been fantastic.
I've been really impressed in all aspects. The operation, our long snappers have been very good.
Yep.
We're getting good return yardage. The punt return, kickoff return, you see those walls set up. Not a lot of big penalties. You're not seeing blocks in the back. Liberty has limited their mistakes all season long, which is a signature of a top-end program.
That's right, top-end coaching staff.
Yes.
Being disciplined every snap and really just well-coached. Obviously very well-coached and disciplined, this team, and hopefully that continues on in the future here this season.
Well, very good. We're getting ready for kickoff here at Archbold Stadium, senior night in Liberty Center. 9-0. 33 straight NWOAL games won, 44 straight regular season. They have won the last 3 contests, Jeremy. 16-0, 42-14, and last year's whitewashing at 52-10. We're going to turn it over to you to call it, but this one's going to be a good one. Archbold feels good about it. Their coaching staff's talking about belief. Let's see how far that goes tonight. They will receive the kickoff.
That's right. This is for the NWOAL title here tonight in Archbold. Great to have you along on the broadcast tonight.
Good crowd. Liberty's jammed up over there. Just about got it filled up. A few seats. It's a nice crowd here.
Tigers electing to go with the white tops and orange bottoms. Archbold in all blue.
Our Roger Krieger back to receive. I like this dude. Fast. This Archbold team's got some
Ryan
skill.
back there as well.
And Ryder Ryan, we've cataloged Ryder Ryan. I mean, I think this Archbold special teams unit,
capable,
very good, can go the distance. They've got a couple touchdowns on special teams this year. So, Jeremy, we're watching this one closely, this kickoff.
I think Max has been kicking these recently.
Returnable.
To kind of make them the returner decide. Let's see what he does here. If he just goes back to the end zone or tries to put it within the 5-yard line and make him bring it out here. Because he's that good. This guy can kind of pick.
Yeah.
He can kick it that hard.
Max Walker literally beat Archbold at our place with special teams. He punted and kicked off to them into oblivion to win that game.
All right, here we go from Archbold. Walker tees it up, takes a step back, and we're off. Kick into the air, and it's going to be Ryan. On the right side, runs into some traffic, and he's stopped there to 30. Good coverage by the Tigers.
You know, we talk about it all the time, Jigs. Our coverage teams are must-see TV. And, you know, again, if you watch some of the replays, Liberty brings a lot of physicality breaking down those blocks, but we also tackle well in space.
1st and 10, Archbold around the 30-yard line.
Be interested to see what Archbold tries doing with the run game here. They have to establish it, in my opinion. It has to be a presence for them tonight.
Pinner in the shotgun by himself. Empty backfield. Takes the snap, looks left, steps up, and he's going to be brought down by Spangler.
Hunter Spangler got an adequate push, but then he's almost spying Pinner. He's very athletic. Really good job, came off his block, got him to the ground, and Pinner can run the football.
Listen, when you go 3-man rush and you can get that type of pressure, I'll take that all day long. Pinner almost looked like he should have stayed in that pocket a little bit more. I don't think he kind of forced that up.
Back end coverage. That was a coverage sack by Hunter Spangler.
Good D by the Tigers to start this contest.
Watching the screen game here, Jigs. They're an exquisite screen team.
Pinner's going to keep it again up the middle. He battles for a couple.
We talk about it, Jigs. They want to run some option with Penner. He's athletic. They want to sit in pockets and throw passes. They're an exquisite screen team, but they will run him.
Yes.
They like that speed option, and Liberty's got to read their keys. That's a good-looking stop by the Tigers to put him in third plus 5.
He's an athletic quarterback, and he can get first downs, and he's got some wheels.
Going to be third and medium, third and about 6 here for the Blue Streaks.
Watch Anderson Bentley in the screen game. Put him in motion, like to throw him short passes to move the chains.
Penner's got Ryan to his side. Drops back. He's pressured. It's going to go across the middle. It's going to be complete. They're at the 45 for a Blue Streak first down.
We talked about Maddox Penner on the run.
Yep.
I think he throws it better on the run than he does sit in the pocket. Run out to his right.
Go.
That was a hard pass back to the middle.
Going fast here.
Archbold going quick, lining it up. Penner takes the snap. His pitch is left to Ryan. Left to Ryan. Wow. Defense is really good there. Team defense swarmed out left. No gain.
Caden Sonnenberg, a big part of the back end. Good-looking tackler. Forced that play for no gain.
How about Hunter Spangler on that edge of that defense, stringing that thing out, the big fella. Boy, he's starting real nice tonight. Max Walker there to clean him up out of bounds.
I don't think Archbold has an answer for Hunter Spangler or Kellen Weimer.
Well, Weimer got pressure on that rollout from Penner the play before. And that's just 3. We have not seen any blitzing yet.
Second and long for the Streaks. Penner takes the snap. Looks up the middle, steps up. He's pressured. Running right. And he's going to be incomplete across the middle.
Boy, you're getting great coverage on the back end. He's looking option 1, 2. He's going through his progression. Nobody open.
Yep.
And it's allowing those 3 rushers to get up the field and get pressure.
Well, they're doing a good job, the defensive ends, of rushing, not erratically. That opens up a big hole. He's kind of stepped up a little bit, but good job by that front 3 to get pressure. And this secondary, man, they are all over it right now.
It'll be third and long for the Streaks. See if Liberty can get a big stop here and force a punt.
Watch the screen game, Jeremy. They're a very good screen team.
Penner going to go deep on the left side. That is incomplete, but I do see a flag.
Yeah, Isaiah Badenhop matched up there with, looks like number 2, a Ranger Krieger.
Good catch by Krieger.
Good coverage.
It was good coverage, too, by Greg.
A little more physical than need to be.
I think that was a little bit underthrown that time, brought the receiver back, and that's why Badenhop kind of got into his body a little bit that time. Not terrible, but just enough.
Ball was kind of underthrown, almost
it was.
Like a back shoulder.
Brought him back.
Made it more difficult there for Gray, too, in that coverage. You bet. First down Streaks. Slowly moving the ball down the field. We'll see what the Tiger D can do here as they get on their side of the 50. Penner in the gun. Ryan in motion. He looks left to Krieger over here, and they swarmed him down if they can wrap. Got a couple yards, did Krieger.
Good read, though, Jigs, on the screen. You know, Liberty didn't get the initial tackle, but forced the running back, Krieger, to stop his speed. He couldn't get forward, then he picked up a couple of yards. But good read by Liberty.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you see the effectiveness of that play. We were all over it, still gained 4 yards. Nice little play there for Archbold.
2nd and 6, Archbold. Penner in the gun. Ryan to his right.
Bad snap. Here we go.
Over the head of Penner, and he's going to go down on it and lose a bunch.
Boy, oh boy, just what the Tiger defense needed, and the doctor ordered. You know, Archbold 2 big first downs, and that's a big loss for Archbold there.
That's negative plays against this Liberty Center defense are tough to overcome. You know, we talked about possessing the football for Archbold, how important that is to shorten this game up a little bit. They have ran some clock here in this first quarter. That's got to be positive for Archbold here, running 6 minutes up so far in this first quarter.
Watch the screen game again. They love it. They got about 6 of them, and they'll run it any down and distance. They'll run it anywhere on the field.
Morgan Harris as well. They like the deep ball. They like to fade him up. They got him on Isaiah at the top of the screen.
Pinner drops
There it
straight
is.
back, looking deep on the right side. It is
wow.
going to be caught.
Wow. Morgan Harris winning the 50-50 balls.
You know, pretty good coverage there. Isaiah had him outside. Caden Sonnenberg on the inside. Looked like Caden kind of got up against the body. Couldn't really elevate to knock that ball away. But 50-50 balls, Morgan Harris wins a lot of those. Very capable receiver.
Boy, Jeremy, that's a big play. 3rd and 23.
It is.
And he is a big-time player,
Yeah.
you know, one-on-one. That was almost double coverage by the Tigers there.
And this Tiger secondary is going to be tested tonight. And you know what? That's good. That's good. See what they got by the end of the game. Pinner back to throw. Going to look over the middle.
Oh, he got stuck. Thomas Muller come across the middle. Oh, boy.
There it was. I mean, that's what you do as a rover. You know, and a very good route run by Morgan Harris, but you're going to run him on an in route.
Oh, boy.
Jigs, he's going to remember that one,
Well,
isn't he?
I'm telling you right now, he's not feeling good, but, man, you can't let your receiver across the middle with a safety sitting on that route, and that's what happened. He was reaching. Thomas Muller met him. That's what you expect from your safety that time is you want to come across the middle, we're going to make you pay for it.
You did a little bit of that in your day, both at
did.
the high school
Thomas
level and
Muller.
the college level.
Thomas Muller.
Old Jiggo couldn't keep his chin strap because he was rocking people. So
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, while we got an injury timeout, join us tomorrow. We will actually have a JV game, believe it or not.
Good.
Love that.
The JV game tomorrow, 10 a.m. Colin Tamarine will be on the call. Maybe a mystery guest to help him.
I'm fishing tomorrow.
Yeah, fishing.
I'll be in Austin, Texas. So
Colin Tamarine, I tell you what, he's
doing a
going to
great
be one of
job.
our up-and-coming
Yes,
stars.
yeah.
He'll be on the call. I'll probably be with him a little bit. And the Archbold Blue Streaks will come to town to take on our Tigers JV action, 10 a.m.
Good to hear. We got a good JV game tomorrow for the youngsters. Love to see it.
you know, had Archbold 2 3rd and longs,
Yep.
pass interference, and then a 50-50 ball by their best athlete, Morgan Harris. So Archbold, you know, kind of doing what you thought they'd do.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if Archbold can sustain that here in the future. Pinner takes the snap, rolls to his left. He's going to throw over here to is that Krieger, incomplete.
And Colin Short, too. I think Colin was sitting there.
Yeah.
And Krieger as well, but good coverage by old crew there a little bit.
JT
Liberty
all over that one.
Liberty in the proximity. These routes aren't fooling the Liberty defensive backs. It's just the athleticism of Archbold's wide receivers. And we're in about 4-down territory here. I'm not sure a field goal from this distance. Maybe it's pretty close for Archbold. They got a good kicker. But Archbold wants to put some points up here early, Jeremy.
You know, this is working in their favor so far, as Jiggs alluded to. They're running this clock down, and they're not mad about it in this game.
Keep away.
That's right. It's going to be timeout Archbold with 7:43 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, this will be the third and long for Archbold. They
Yeah.
converted on the first 2. This is a real opportunity for them inside the 30, not quite in the red zone, but Liberty Center, this is the deepest penetration they've given up in weeks.
Well, I think Coach Dominic knows that. That's why you're getting a timeout here. He knows how important this is. These valuable moments when you can get really to the other side of the 50 on Liberty Center. So he's probably going to draw up a good one here. But watch screen. I think Morgan Harris looks like he's okay. Probably going to come back in this game. So they got some guys that can go and get a reception at any time. So that's kind of what we talked about with the Archbold offense and their ability to just win individually. We've seen that a few times. So we'll see what Coach Dominic has drawn up here. But big stop. You know, if this is a 5-yard game,
they'll go for it on 4th down.
That or maybe a field goal, you know.
We might speed this thing up and go 2 plays and
True.
get in a quick
That's
huddle.
true.
Right.
Morgan Harris, that's 555 yards and 9 touchdowns on 30 catches. Big play receiver for Archbold.
All right. Archbold 3rd and 10. Pinner takes the snap. Looks right. Steps up. Pressured. He goes deep and he overthrows his receiver. Looked like number 12, Harris. 4th down, Blue Streaks.
Big time pressure there. He felt it. What was that coming? Is that Jackson Lonzak on the backside? And
Great job again by Thomas Muller to be on top of that route. Isaiah was underneath it. Thomas on top. That's what you want for your deep safety. He's had a good start to this football game.
Archbold is going to line it up to kick a field goal. looks to be
38.
39 yard attempt. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up.
Oh, it's wide.
And it is no good to the left. The Streaks come up empty on the first drive of the game.
What a stop there for Liberty Center. We talked about it. You almost wondered if they would have tried to do something a little bit shorter there, just to make that more of a third manageable or a little bit easier of a extra or a field goal that time.
Well, that gives you an indication, Jigs, of where Archbold thinks they can get some big yards.
There you go.
They went to the well a number of times that drive, verticals down the field. So Coach Dominic, one of the preeminent offensive coaches in Northwest Ohio, very well schemed up to get Liberty Center on their heels that first drive.
Tigers take over on the 20. 7.5 left in the first quarter. Kreinbrink gives up the middle to Cruz, and he slips, and he had some more room. Oh, man.
Yeah,
gain of a couple.
Good-looking blocking there on the right side. Baxter Barrett got to the linebacker.
Yep.
It was a lane there, Jigs, for a much bigger play.
Gary won't be happy about that. That's probably the last time we'll see that from him, but there was open spaces.
You guys think there's an adjustment here when we play on turf all the time to this natural surface at all?
They practice a lot on grass.
That's true.
That's
true. Kreinbrink in the gun empty. Drop straight back. Looks over here to this side. Incomplete. It's going to bring up third and about 6.
You know, Liberty Center has not been in 3rd and +5 a lot this year, but that's Archbold's strength is the back end. Cornerbacks, you start with Morgan Harris as their big-time cover corner, and he was on top of that route. It was a very difficult throw. So Liberty 3rd and 6 here.
We'll see what the Tigers elect to do on 3rd down. Kreinbrink under center. He gives up the middle to Moeller, and I think he got it. First down, Tigers.
Big time. Pretty standard running play for Liberty Center, just basically a power off tackle. And, we talked about Thomas Moeller being really good inside runner. And I think he got skinny in the hole and got himself an extra yard and a half.
Well, we talked about this Liberty Center offensive line, be able to get a push against this Archbold front. We're seeing it so far, these first 2 run plays.
Nice tough run and finish by Thomas Moeller for the Tiger first down. Kreinbrink under center. Fake play action to Cruz.
He's got
over the middle. He's got
what a catch.
Ethan Gray.
What a catch.
Across the 50 into Archbold territory for Liberty Center.
What a throw. You say what a catch. That was a great throw. Ethan Gray goes up, and I talk about
50,
Lynn
50
Swan.
balls.
Lynn Swan, he gets
smooth.
up in the air, smooth, good-looking feet and hands, body control, Ethan Gray, but good-looking throw by Caden Kreinbrink.
That was good throw, and, man, Ethan Gray, 50-50 balls. That guy's got hands. He's just an athlete. He just wins most times. That's a big-time throw and catch there, Liberty Center.
Liberty Center feeling good across midfield. That's a keep by give off the left side to Cruz. He's got room. He's free and brought down at about the 15. The Tigers are rolling.
Those plays depend on one-on-one blocks in the perimeter. Baxter Barrett with a really good-looking block to get to the 2nd, 3rd level. Those are touchdown blocks, and Garrison did not miss that one there.
Well, you give him a head of steam, and look out. He doesn't need much help. You give him some open space and downfield blocking, and that is a recipe for big yards.
Left side of our offensive line, too, just blowing people up.
1st and 10, Tigers. Kreinbrink gives off the right side to Moeller. Nothing doing there. Good penetration by the Blue Streak defense.
Well, that was a good little shoot the gap there for the linebacker, and that was a good win. That's what Archbold's going to have to do. Get some 2nd and 3rd and negatives here to make Liberty Center kind of come behind the sticks. When we're 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 5 and 2nd and 3, that is not a good recipe. 2nd and 11, better for Archbold.
That's right. All right, Cruz in the backfield. Kreinbrink under center. He's going to give up the middle to Cruz. Cruz has got room. We got a flag. Looks like it's going to be a hold.
Or a cut block or something in there on a trap. That thing opened up perfectly.
Yeah,
I think that's where Liberty is going to have a distinct advantage up front.
Yes.
Yeah.
Archbold gives up points. They've given up 27 points a game in their 5 most difficult contests. And
shot block.
Yep, you saw that right away. Got into the hips, maybe slipped down. Now Liberty is, going to be second and ultra long, something they're not used to. But Archbold's going to have, like you said, commit to winning snaps.
Yes,
and getting some bigger
with
negative
some linebackers.
plays.
Absolutely. You got to guess. You got to guess against this Liberty Center defense because you cannot sit back and let them bring it to you.
Well, it's going to be a second down and.
Second and 20, is it?
Second and 26, maybe. Good grief, that's a 15 yards.
Is it? Wow. Yeah. Boy, that's a big penalty.
Liberty has escaped being penalized.
They have.
And turnovers all year, and that's a big penalty right there for Liberty.
All right, see what the Tigers can do offensively here on second and really long. Kreinbrink's going to be out of the gun. Moeller set back right. Takes the snap, drops straight back. Looks deep over here, across the middle to Gray. Maybe to Cruz, not sure, but either way it's incomplete.
Liberty trying to get it all there and not looking to get 15 in 2 plays, Jigs. And again, Archbold doing a good job on the back end. Their cornerbacks, their safeties do a really nice job on the pass game.
Yeah, it didn't really look like anyone was open. They were on top of those routes that time. Looked like Gary kind of got off of his route a little bit. It looked like Kreinbrink was looking Gary, but it was kind of thrown in between them.
Yeah.
See what we got here, 3rd and 26.
Kreinbrink empty. Going to fake the give over here to the left side to Gray. And not a lot of room there for Gray. It's going to be 4th and a long ways here for the Tigers. Let's see what they elect to do.
Kellen Weimer had the block. If he gets outside of Kellen, there's yards there. So Ethan made the cut inside. Don't know if it was a misread or not, but there were yards to the sidelines.
Pretty good flow there. Archbold defense, though. They were around that. Here we go. Max Walker.
Walker's going to try a deep one here. Snap good, hold good. Not going to have enough, and off to the left. So we got a couple of missed field goals here so far in the first quarter with 4:06 left. Blue Streaks take over the ball.
Well, this is a big win for Archbold.
Big win.
Giving up no points against Liberty Center, penetrating inside their 30. These seniors on senior night, they know what's at stake. This is for all the marbles, and you're going to get Archbold's best effort. You're getting it so far,
no
Jigs.
doubt. Just the penalties. It's amazing what a penalty can do. A 15-yarder when you're driving, you go from 3rd and 2nd and 11 to 2nd and 26.
Well, you go touchdown to back at your 35.
Yeah,
and that's rough.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got Pitter in the gun.
Going empty a lot here. I think we've maybe seen one run with Ryder Ryan so far. So I think Archbold understands. They almost use the screen game like their run game. They are that good at it. I don't think they feel very good about running right up the middle against this Liberty Center defense.
It doesn't appear so.
They're going to continue to try to use space in this screen game as more of the run game.
See what they like to do here on 1st and 15 deep in their own territory. Pinner alone in the backfield. Pressured, steps up, and he's gonna. Wow! What a job! The ball's loose.
Liberty Center will recover.
Liberty's got it.
Harrison Cruz.
Wow!
Pinner escaped.
He
2
did.
sacks.
That was impressive.
What a job by Pinner.
He escapes
the dip
trouble
on
and
the
then
strip.
Dippy on the strip sack, and then we get it back.
He hatcheted that thing too, didn't he? It almost looked like he was trying to punch that thing out.
Big time turnover by the Tigers.
That is a big time turnover.
I didn't call Dippy. I think we had a spot up here. The captain called it.
Lonizak on the strip.
Yeah, we got to maybe see a replay on some of these, but good job by Liberty.
Let's see if the Tigers can turn this turnover into points. Give up the middle to Garrison Cruz. He gets a couple up the middle.
Jigs, we saw Delta basically was a player and a half on 30, spying him the whole time, and that might be where Archbold has to go against Garrison Cruz.
They're holding up a little bit inside so far. Kind of surprised. But, they got some big boys, and they got these linebackers flowing pretty good right now.
2nd and about 8 for Liberty. Grindbrink straight dive to Moeller, not doing nothing doing there for the Tigers.
Archbold front, Anderson Bentley, one of their top offensive players and a top defender. They are doing a really nice job inside run. Linebackers, defensive linemen, a little like Tenora did. They ran a little junk at them, a little, like you said, talk about a little blitzing, a little run blitzing. Archbold's done a great job, been very stout inside so far.
Archbold very impressive so far. 2:50 left in this first quarter. 3rd and long for Liberty. Kreinbrink rolls to his left. Throws over there, incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down for Liberty.
That's that comeback route that we've gotten so many first downs on so far this year. I'm telling you, the Archbold corner all over that, almost beat Ethan to the spot. Great defense there for Archbold.
Garrett Stamm, another one of those athletes, closed in on that route, like you said. And again, the Archbold defensive backs doing a great job covering those routes from Liberty Center.
Walker lines up another field goal. High snap. He did get it down. It is up, and it is no good. Missed it right.
Now Archbold now picking up more momentum here. You see the energy level, and they have withstood 2 drives from Liberty Center, and it's been impressive what Archbold's defense has been able to do coming off a turnover there. Jeremy.
Deep in their own territory. That is a huge stop for Archbold. No doubt about it.
Well, this defense at Liberty Center are going to have to bow up and make it happen again here. They're getting pressure. Getting pressure on Penner. He has not been comfortable. Let's see if we can keep that up here.
Penner in the gun. Fakes play action. Slant to Krieger. Krieger is free and driven out of bounds just short of the 40.
Now there's a Roger Krieger just turned Ethan Gray inside out. Good looking move to the sidelines. Ethan slips. First down, gained by Archbold, and they're back on the drive.
They like Krieger on those quick routes and the slants. They like him in the screen game, and he's got some shake after the catch. You kind of saw it there. Was able to break a tackle and get some extra yards. And Archbold's offense is playing pretty well so far.
Yeah, you got to be feeling real good about life if you're Archbold right now, as they have a first down. Going to give up the middle to Ryan.
Kellen Weimer
got a couple.
Just a difficult front to run against. Kellen can take on 2 guys. He's a gap and a half.
I think you have to do it, though, right? If you're Archbold, you've got to try to keep this run game going, because you cannot continue to throw it this way and expect to not put the ball in harm's way. But more outside. I'm expecting a little bit more outside run versus inside.
Yeah. 2nd and long for the Streaks. Penner takes the snap. Is pressured, flushed, and he's going to go down. Jackson Lonizak with the sack of the 25.
Yeah, Lonizak's been picking up sacks in bunches. But it all started because of Kellen Weimer and Hunter Spangler.
Boy, they are pushing
just
the pocket.
Big push and big negative plays, and those defensive linemen are creating a lot of pressure. Pushing the pocket, pressures matter. It's not just sacks, it's pressures.
That's right.
Defensive line doing
especially in a quarterback's
job.
face. When you can push from the inside and you can't step up into the pocket or step into your throw, that's not comfortable for a quarterback.
Watch the screen game here. 5 wide.
3rd and real long for the Streaks. Penner takes the snap, looks across the middle, the slant, and he has almost maybe first down yardage.
Boy, it is rare to see Matt Bryan's defense giving up 3rd and plus 20s.
Yeah, you just can't. You expect a deep slant in just naturally. You got a 3rd and long, deep slant goes between 3 guys. Boy, he put that on a rope right on him. But as a defense, you got to squeeze that down. Too much space there. They did give him a 4th down here. This is interesting.
Another timeout here.
Listen,
they're going to let that thing run to the court. It's 0-0, and they're on the drive again.
You give Pinner some space, man. He can throw it.
He can.
Okay, that's the end of one. Let's hear from our sponsors.
Hey, Tiger sports fans. This 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, P&L's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton. The end of the first quarter, it is 0-0 here in Archbold, and guys, the Streaks are feeling pretty good.
Well, listen, what have we been shut out in the first quarter all year? I don't think we have.
Well, we just did.
We just did, and this Archbold team has come ready to play. Man, they really impressed me on defense. 2 big-time stops, and they got a 4th down here on offense.
Well, they're going for it. I mean, they're going to pull out all the stops for the league championship here.
That's right. 4th and 1, big play in this game.
Much option.
Liberty subbed some people in late. It's going to be their 3rd and final timeout. For the Streaks, right? Yeah, that's their last one.
This is a big-time game for Coach Dominic to take all 3 timeouts in the first quarter plus.
That's
one
right.
Left? We got one left.
Yeah, they do have one. My fault. Yeah.
Quarter break. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Bottom line, he's been on the sidelines looking to call timeouts and control this game to get out of a first quarter. And I don't know how many yards Liberty has in the first quarter, but it wasn't very many.
No.
Archbold's been very stout against inside run, and Garrison Cruz has been kept, kind of under wraps here. And again, Archbold's energy level and their preparation for this one, Jeremy, looks on point to me.
Through the roof, and you got to be really impressed with the preparation of Archbold. They are here to play and ready to rock tonight, and brought big-time energy, and it's a 0-0 ball game. We got a game for the league title here, boys.
Here we go.
4th and 1 Streaks.
Watch the count. Watch the count.
They're going to
they're going to throw it out.
Fake it, throw it to the flats. Nobody's there.
He's
got a lot of room off to the side. Going to be brought down at about the 22. Big play.
Gutsy call, and Coach Dominic saw the emphasis on inside run there, and just did what they
eyes in the backfield.
Did exactly as you would think. Get it to the perimeter. Good pickup block against Garrison Cruz, and Archbold again in business.
1st and 10, Archbold. Pinner drops straight back. Looks deep in the end zone. It's going to be picked if he holds on.
What a play.
He got it.
What a play, Caden
What a
Sonnenberg.
pick. Caden Sonnenberg for the Tigers.
2 turnovers now for Liberty Center. I'm saying Archbold going for it.
Whoa, that was big.
A little risky.
I like Pinner's arm.
I
do. But, man, he wants to chuck it deep. He really does, and sometimes he will throw it in traffic.
Whoa.
And you saw it right there. You got to have some underneath stuff.
And we had
you
got
to keep the ball away.
Yeah.
Sonnenberg was inside that route, and he had a guy over the top. Question that. I wonder if Coach Dominic will get Pinner and say, hey, let's just take the underneath stuff and matriculate this thing. You don't got to get it all.
Second turnover, Jeremy, for Liberty Center.
What a momentum.
Sonnenberg. Caden Sonnenberg, senior.
What a change for the Tigers. Let's see if they can capitalize here in the second quarter. Looks like maybe a broken play, and Kreinbrink's not getting nothing on the right side.
Looked like a dive keep there, and there was nothing doing. The defensive end stayed home, was all over it.
Well, they're getting good penetration. You're getting good play by middle linebacker Max Burrows, one of their top defenders. And again, Archbold's looks like they're doing a good job against Liberty formationally. They're running some stuff that Liberty maybe hasn't seen against strength, and so far so good. Liberty is really being stymied in the run game, Jigs.
2nd and 11, Tigers. Moeller and Cruz in the backfield. Pitch off the left side to Cruz. He pounds his way and finishes that run very nicely for a gain of about 6 or 7.
Wyatt Garricky, playing that defensive end position, or what you might call a stand-up outside linebacker, 6'3", 192. He beats Baxter Barrett. Baxter couldn't get around, and basically he won that block and made that tackle, and Archbold got Liberty again, third plus
long.
5.
That's exactly where they want them.
Yeah, third and long, I'm mistaken Bockelman there for Cruz, as Bockelman plowed some people over.
He
I had my eyes on the wrong guy.
He had the extra block in case it was broke.
See if the Tigers can convert. Third and long. Kreinbrink rolls to the right. He's hit as he throws, floats it out there, and it's picked.
That's pressure there. Archbold brought a blitz. Wyatt Garricky again, 6'3", 192, man. He got on top of Kreinbrink. And
well, some things we have not seen from opposing defenses this year is pressure. Caden Kreinbrink under duress that time. And this secondary has been all over our routes tonight. There's not a lot of space for these receivers when he has had time. So I'll tell you what, this Archbold team has come to play. They didn't hear all the Liberty Center talk coming in because they're ready to go.
Archbold on top of their game this evening so far in this contest with 10 minutes left in the half. Pinner gives up to Ryan, and he's got some room over here on the right side.
Oh, boy.
And he's driven out of bounds around the 30.
Oh, we're going to get a flag.
Oh, boy.
Of course.
Oh, boy. A lot of guys losing their feet. Ethan Gray slipping.
Well,
Thomas Moeller slipping all over the place, missing a tackle there. Oh, my. Good-looking run. Finally saw a little bit of a run game there.
They're going to have this at about the 15. They're going to get the extra one.
Well, looks like Archbold came to play, and Liberty Center needs to snap in here a little bit. They're dominated by Archbold at this time. Something we haven't seen all season, but it is happening right before your eyes, Tiger fans. Archbold taking it to Liberty Center right now.
All kinds of momentum for Archbold.
Well, we need to stop and got to wake up a little bit here, Tigers.
Well, they've given us 2 turnovers, and we've done absolutely nothing with them.
Right. Pinner in the gun. Drops straight back, steps up, throws off to the right side, broken up, almost picked by Gray. He read that well.
Ethan Gray's been doing that all year long, and good-looking read, good jump on that, Jigs.
Boy, he almost had that. That was a great job by Ethan to stay over that route.
I do think we have struggled with some footing a little bit.
Right. The field looks like
we're flowing, and then we're slipping on the cutback.
Used to the grass, that's right.
2nd and 10, Archbold.
Watch Anderson Bentley here. They like to bring him in motion, throw him some underneath.
It's going to be a key right up the middle. Gain of a couple for Pinner.
Good job by Max Walker there to fill that. All over the quarterback.
They're in their red zone and can kick a field goal from here to take a lead, Jigs. And Liberty's defense coming up big here, but not getting a lot of help from the offense right now.
No, I think Archbold, you got to be careful here. You don't want to turn the ball over. You're right. Field goal is points at this point, and that is really important. So I'd expect a run here, something conservative.
3rd and long streaks. Pinner does have Ryan in the backfield. He's going to pitch. No,
Screen.
Keep it.
Back
Screen over here, and there's nobody home.
That's
The
touchdown.
Tigers touchdown streaks.
Well, that's part of that screen game we talked about. They do it a lot of different ways. That was a very creative draw up that time, and nobody home for Liberty Center. I'm not sure what happened there on a breakdown.
Half roll to his left, and it was a throwback screen, and you get Anderson Bentley in the open field. He's really difficult to bring down, and Liberty Center just unprepared for that play, and we'd seen it a lot on film. Excellent execution by Archbold right there.
Snap good, hold good, and the kick is good. 7-0 streaks with 9 minutes left in the half.
Well, Jigs, Liberty in shock. Welcome to it, big guy.
Yeah,
welcome to it, Liberty Center. You needed a game like this, and you're going to get it right in the jawbone here tonight.
That's right.
Archbold bringing it tonight, and like you said earlier, you love it. We need it. We haven't played a game like this, and Archbold is dominating us right now.
They brought their A game and kicking us in the teeth, no doubt about it.
Well, you just got to get the run game back established for Liberty Center. It's just the offense has not looked natural tonight.
No, they just really
there's
choppy,
been no flow.
And then we had the flag on that score, and ever since then it's just been like, we're just out of sync. We seem out of sync tonight.
We need to drive. We need to get the run game going here, settle in a little bit, and get back to the roots. I think settle this thing in. And
Casey's not going to deviate. He's got a lot of confidence. This offensive line, nothing's changed.
That's right.
I think Archbold has just played a couple levels above maybe expectation. Give them credit, Coach Dominic.
That's right.
They're a decided underdog, and I'm sure they played that up all week long. But if you're watching this game right here and you don't know these two teams, Liberty looks like they're playing like the underdog right now.
9 minutes left to straighten it out here in this half for the Tigers. A long, sustained drive here would feel real good for Liberty.
Be very aware, Archbold, as we talked about pulling out all the stops, Jeremy, you could see all kinds of different things, onside kicks and different things. There's the Archbold timeout, and they were probably looking at alignment, and I think they're thinking all kinds of things here.
I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, you'd think you'd want to hang on to one late in that first half, but he might have had a onside drawn up there and didn't like a formation.
That was their last timeout.
It was, yes. Okay, so they're out.
Hey, once again, don't forget, join us tomorrow, 10 a.m. from Rex Lindgren Stadium, Kip Curran Field. The Archbold Blue Streaks JV will come to town, and we actually have a JV game going on, believe it or not. It's
great.
I believe only maybe the third one all year, maybe only the second one. That is of our normal league.
Right.
We've picked up some games, but all right, here we go.
Archbold set to kick it away to Liberty. Liberty Center appears to be aware of any shenanigans here from the Streaks. We'll see what they elect to do. And they boot it deep. Old Crew takes it. A little bit of room up the middle. He's brought down at about the 23.
It's Max Burrows, one of their top tacklers, Jigs, and you put those good tacklers both on special teams and their defense. He's been a big part of that inside run stopping so far he got hurt, but he made the tackle, and he's done a good job defensively so far for Archbold.
Well, now you got Liberty Center, starting inside their own 25, which has not happened. Traditionally, we're starting 35, 40, sometimes 45.
We haven't seen a lot of things this season that Archbold's given it to us.
Is on it on every aspect of the game tonight, for sure.
Well, I'll give them credit. This is senior night, packed house for a league championship.
That's
and
right.
They're playing like they want to win a league championship. So Coach Dominic's gotten them ready to go. He's 88-32 in his 11th season. He's got 4 of these titles. It's not like the guy doesn't know what he's doing. Bunch of playoff appearances, and this is the number 2 team in Division 6, number 1 in Region 22. This is a big-time football team.
And
I don't know what we were expecting over there, but we've been shown a little bit of what Archbold's capable of here.
That's right. They have come to play, and Liberty looks just a little sleepy. We'll see if they can wake up here with around 9 minutes left in the half. Burrows walks off. Good to see that.
Nothing like one good drive.
That's right.
8:50 though remaining here in the half. Liberty gets the ball at half. We did defer. We like that, Jeremy. So we get a touchdown here. We get that ball.
Feeling a lot better about it.
But
That's
Liberty's got to put together a drive here. Too many 3rd and +5s and 2nd +7 so far in this offensive.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Liberty, you punt this ball away and Archbold puts another one in, you're not feeling real good about it. This Archbold team has momentum right now. There is no momentum killer, though, like a touchdown. Kreinbrink gives up the middle to Cruz, and he's got room. Gain of about 9.
Left side of the offensive line again, just crisp and clean and getting good blocks, good push. And here comes Liberty in some tempo here.
Yeah, going quick. I like this from the Tigers. Kreinbrink under center. Goes straight ahead and gets the first down and more.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a heck of a sneak right there from
talked about that in the
Kreinbrink.
pregame. He's a big body.
He
He's
just
hard to bring
ran the
down.
middle linebacker over there.
I mean, he can do that.
There
That's
was
big.
confusion with the referees. The one referee was signaling the chains to move. Everybody else thought it was 2nd and 1.
Okay. Short yardage. I like Caden Kreinbrink.
Yeah, that looked good. 1st and 10 Tigers. Give to Moeller on the right side. He's got room. Cut back, gain of about 6. This is the type of drive we're talking about, guys. So far, so good for Liberty.
Chunk plays, 7-8 yards. Liberty again in tempo with under 8 minutes to go here.
That's 2 off tackle now. It might be something to watch. Might have found something to exploit here on the Archbold defense.
Liberty feeling a little bit better about themselves. Cruz up the middle. He's got room. He's still going. Full-size man run by Garrison Cruz, and that's what Liberty needed, guys.
Yeah. Now I think it doesn't take long for Ryan Miller and Todd Spangler and the boys upstairs to start wheeling and dealing. Now you're seeing Liberty getting back in rhythm on offense.
Maybe this big offensive line of Liberty might be wearing the streaks down a little bit. You know, they've been hyped up for a long time. Cruz up the middle again. He's going to get about 3. Eventually, that type of thing starts to chip away a little bit, and you might be seeing that here with Liberty.
The 0-1 seemed to not be working. The 0-1 hole is not available so far. Everything seems to be outside the run game so far.
Tigers going tempo here again. Kreinbrink with the hard count. Archbold does not bite. Fumbles the snap, handles it, gives to Moeller, and Moeller is still churning, and he gains a few, going to be about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3.
Kind of what Liberty wants, Jigs, is that's their game, is stay ahead of the chains and be physical and start, as Jeremy talked about, wearing that defensive line down from Archbold.
This is a big 3rd down for Liberty here. Kreinbrink keeps it, and he barrels forward for another 1st down. Liberty just grinding this drive out.
We have a tush push. It's name number 8.
Yeah,
he doesn't need a push.
He's got the tush, and he's got his own push.
He goes through 10, doesn't he?
Yeah.
1st down, Liberty. Give up the middle to Cruz. Gains about 4. Tigers just chipping away here at the streaks.
Jeremy, a little like you said, I like what we're starting to do here. You're letting Hunter Spangler and Kellen Weimer and Max Walker just grind you into a fine dust. Good job by the left side of the offensive line.
And eventually that's going to break through. Kreinbrink gives to Cruz up the middle again. Cruz has got room, stays on his feet, brought down at the 1.
Liberty Center tempo has helped.
Yeah,
there we go.
And I think the guys upstairs saw a few things, and here we go. Liberty on the 2-yard line.
Knocking on the door.
Watch for Kreinbrink again.
Kreinbrink pushes. Do I see a signal?
He was down. He was down. No, he's down. They called him down from the beginning.
I'm seeing the ref say down over here on the left side.
Easy down. He was down. Whistle had blown.
Why don't we do that again? Let's line it back up and run him up the middle again.
We got an official saying down over here on the left side.
He called it down. He saw it down. That was an easy call. Whistle had blown. Wow.
And now we're saying it's a fumble.
I mean, the guy on this Archbold side said he was down, and then he conferred and he said fumble.
Unbelievable.
Not sure how you do that.
Man, he called down early too, Jigs. I mean, that was.
I mean, how do you change?
Down.
I mean, if you're Liberty Center, this couldn't go any worse. And if you're Archbold, you're just like, this is like winning the lottery tonight so far.
I'm going to tell you, watch sudden change and watch number 12 Morgan Harris down the field. They are going to go for it here.
Yes,
They're not going to down it and punt it.
Wow, just a crazy chain of events here in this ballgame for Liberty Center. Not capitalizing on turnovers and then fumbling at the goal line. Gives up the middle to Ryan, and he's got room.
Wow. That was a good-looking play call there. That thing opened up nicely on the left side of the Archbold offensive line. And, you know, when you have your rover or free safety making tackles, you know, they're getting by linebackers. So pretty impressive play call.
Well, their best run of the night. And now, interesting, you had 5 minutes here. They have no timeouts, so Liberty Center Need to stop here to get this ball back.
Clock's ticking with 5 minutes left, and that's right. Good point, Jigs. No timeouts for the Streaks. As Pinner keeps it. And that's going to be a first down for Archbold.
And I think they'd be okay even if they don't get points here.
Run
this clock down and play keep away. Yeah. I think they'd be okay with that.
When's the last time an opposing team went into halftime with a lead on Liberty Center, and Archbold's on the cusp of doing that here.
I don't remember the last time. It's been a while. Wow. Liberty Center being tested tonight for the league title. We got a heck of a ball game in Archbold. Pinner in the gun. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking back the other way, and he's got a man, and we're slipping again. Touchdown. Unbelievable.
Archbold is just lighting Liberty Center up in the pass game, and man, oh man, what a good-looking throw. Man, oh man, Maddox Pinner just, again, half roll to the right, throwback, and
we got
wide
guys
open.
falling down all over the place. Multiple guys in the secondary slipping. So, listen, this offense, we've talked about it. It has the capabilities to score. It can get big plays, and there's one right there.
I mean, you're talking a 70-yard touchdown play. Wow, Liberty Center just getting shocked.
Absolutely shocked. Kick is up, and it's good. Guys, I mean, you can't really take any positives away other than there is 4:14 left in the half. Plenty of time for the Tigers to drive down and score this ball yet.
You know, you haven't seen us play any worse. So I think it's, once again, you get a drive going here. You can punch one. You get the ball after the half, coming out of the half. A lot of game left, but this Liberty Center team has not shown up to our standards, to what we expect so far this year.
These big plays, Jigs, I mean, that was wide open. That was like a wheel route, throwback wheel, and there was no one there. One guy got blocked. I think it was Ethan Gray, and the design of some of these passing plays has been top end.
Yes.
And again, Coach Dominic, we know, we've talked about it. He's a preeminent offensive play caller, very creative, and they are dominating Liberty Center. This isn't a close game right now.
No.
This is dominating Archbold football. Casey's not going to, that coaching staff's not going to panic. They've been in a ton of big games. But this was ripe for a trap. Senior night, Archbold, a dramatic underdog. Liberty hadn't seen a game in weeks, and they look like it.
We'll see what Liberty can do with the football here with 4 minutes left before half. Deep kick to Old Crew. Old Crew up the middle. He gets right to the 25, and that's where Liberty will take over.
Yeah, it kind of looked like we had something inside there a little bit, and Old Crew kind of broke it out, but give Archbold special teams. They're playing top end. Good coverage, good tackling. They're being more physical at the point of attack, and we didn't think they could.
No, we
didn't. But they are.
They are. I'm really surprised at this defense, the way they've kind of stood up so far. 4 minutes left, 3 timeouts for Liberty. Playbook wide open.
Kreinbrink under center. Play action. Rolls to his left. He's pressured. Gives it over here to Cruz. There's a flag down as Cruz puts his shoulder down, and there's some big hitting going on down there.
We're going to get a holding call here against Liberty Center.
Probably.
I hope it's not.
No, it's down the field. I think that's pass interference. It's got to be.
Yeah, the way that flag is thrown, it was in the secondary. So
all right.
Good. But they got pressure on Kreinbrink.
They did. Yeah, they did. It's almost like they got a defensive end or a linebacker. It's almost like they got a defensive end or linebacker coming.
Something good happened for Liberty. So we will take that.
That was a good job by Caden that time to stay composed. He had pressure in his face. He would get that out to Gary Cruz and good positive yards. Nice start there on first down.
4 minutes to go in the half. Give off the right side to Moeller. Moeller's got room.
Oh, what a block,
he's
Max
free across
Walker.
the middle.
Wow,
whoa, across the 45.
Oh, boy. Max Walker took Krieger and just absolutely pancaked him. That's what you want out of your guard. That's your spark plug, Max Walker. One heck of a block that time.
Good run, too, by Thomas Moeller. Again, just the right cut at the right time, got it inside, and he runs inside the tackle so well for a senior. He's seen it all, and he's running the football very well.
On that play, guys, I just feel like the Tigers just sensed a little bit of urgency maybe there with 3.5 left. Kreinbrink gives up to Cruz. Not a lot of room. He gets a couple as the clock ticks away.
Okay, Wyatt Klein again on the tackle. They're doing a good job of moving him around to strength and see him involved in a lot of plays for Archbold. But Liberty, those positive yards on first down, second, you don't want to get caught in negative plays. Liberty, the last 2 drives, has been very successful staying ahead of the chains.
Liberty still has 3 timeouts. Not using them yet. Kreinbrink gives to Moeller.
Ooh, good looking
tripped
play there.
Up. Man, oh man.
Number 4, Ethan Bowen. That was gonna be something.
It was.
Ethan Bowen stuck his hand. Again, footing though looks different for us. Archbold hasn't lost their footing, and we've struggled with some of this turf maybe.
Are we? I don't know if some of these guys are usually using the molded cleats for turf, and I don't know if they have the spikes for the grass or not, but it doesn't seem like they do. Don't know. Barrett in motion. Give to Cruz up the middle. Cruz gets a first down for the Tigers. They are driving it with 2 minutes left in the half.
We just had a really good drive, the possession before. I don't think that was a fumble, Jigs. I think that was a reversal. I'd like to see a replay on that. That was a touchdown to me. But Liberty, again, finding that rhythm in the run game, and a touchdown here on this drive, 2 minutes to go. We get the ball at half.
Yep.
Kreinbrink pitches to Cruz on the right side. Cruz has room, stays on his feet, and a heck of a run for first down yardage again. The Tigers chipping away. Big yardage there for Cruz with 1:45 to go.
Cruz can do it any way you want to do it. If he'll run you, he'll run away from you, but he's getting those tough yards inside now, and he's starting to wear that defense down.
I don't know who had that kick out. I don't know if that was Baxter or Fitzenreiter, but good blocked. Start that thing off.
Give out the middle to Cruz again. Cruz gains about 4 or 5.
Another run blitz, though. You're seeing a lot of run blitzing by Archbold. That was number 11, Wyatt Klein again. It's like he's almost attached to Garrison Cruz.
Yeah, Baxter was downfield with a good block that time. The downfield blocking still happening. If we can just break one of these things and get in the open space.
As we're under a minute here before half. Kreinbrink under center. Gives to Moeller on the right side. Moeller's got some room. Gains looks like, first down yardage. You'll see if Liberty elects to use any of those timeouts.
Got one.
Good job again. Right side of the offensive line. Wing back getting pushed there. This is the second drive in a row. Liberty has finally moved Archbold. I think Archbold's done a good job of getting some run blitzes for some negative plays, but Garrison Cruz starting to heat up a little bit.
And this is what we expected, right? We expected a big push from our offensive line. We thought they were advantaged there up front, and you're starting to see it in these last 2 drives. Obviously, the fumble did not give you any points on that last one, but like this drive again, let's punch this thing in and get to halftime, get the ball. Start of the second half.
Jeremy, 14-7 here at half. Like you've been talking about, you feel a lot better at 14-7, but again, regardless of what you think, you've got to give Archbold some credit here.
Yeah, 14-7 feels a lot better than 14-0 if you're Liberty Center. Certainly.
The thing Archbold's doing, too, is limiting our possessions, For sure. I mean, we're not going to have – this is kind of what you thought Delta and Otsego might do.
Yes.
And they've done it. They've mixed it, big plays. They've gotten the running game a little bit here.
That's right.
So Liberty Center.
We've had 4 possessions, basically, first half. So you get another 4 next half.
And we've had turnovers. We turned them over twice.
Yes.
All right, 1st and 10, Tigers, 48 seconds in the half. Kreinbrink in the gun. Gives up the middle. It's going to be touchdown, Tigers, Thomas Moeller. That's big, guys. That is big.
Well, that was just wide open. That was
Straight dive.
Liberty Center offensive line, man on man and moving bodies. If we're going to get a look at that, that was just a tremendous job by the offensive line. Here comes the replay. Well, there's no one even over top of our guard and tackle. Boom, look at that push we're getting up front. Wow. Sawyer Bockelman, big block.
Thomas smelling it.
Great
Snap.
job.
Good. Kick is good. And boys, as we spoke of, the Tigers feel a lot better about life right now if they can keep the streaks out of the end zone here with 43 seconds left.
Second drive, we move bodies. Liberty's offensive line looks really good. Great run by Thomas Moeller. But that was just the right side, just again getting great movement up front. Nick Miller snapping those guys into attention. Good drive, second good drive by Liberty.
It was. Well, you like what you're seeing up front. We're starting to kind of impose and really move and make big holes. So I would expect more of that in the second half. But man,
yeah, it's worked 2 times in a row, right? I mean,
yes.
Chunks of yardage, moving the chains. It's effective.
Well, Archbold cannot go toe-to-toe.
That's right.
Man-to-man in the run game. They've got to send some run blitzing.
Yep.
They've got to outnumber us in the box. But, you know, maybe the story of this first half, our passing game has not been as efficient. Archbold doing a really good job in the secondary against us.
Both pressure from the quarterback and the secondary has been all over our routes.
This kickoff is going to be huge for Liberty to pin them deep, not let them get any more momentum before halftime.
I would almost wonder, they got 2 explosive guys. We'll see if we can't get a little squib here or tell Max to kick out in the end zone.
I don't think I'd kick it right to him.
With 43 seconds left.
Krieger.
Why give him a chance?
Krieger is a weapon in the open field.
Yeah, right, that's right.
Our coverage teams have been elite. We'll be tested here.
They kick it to him. Krieger at the 5. Right up the middle. He's tripped up there at the 25. He had a little room, but somebody got an arm in on him.
Good. Our coverage teams continue to tackle well. The discipline that Brian Hefflinger has really demanded of the coverage teams, Jeremy, has really shown up all year. The first team coverage teams have been virtually flawless this year.
And they showed up there in a big way to give Archbold a long way to go before half the 38 seconds.
Hey, we'll go up top. I think you got to be really careful
I think
here.
they're going to kneel this one out.
Yeah, he's kneeling it.
Wow. Okay. Well, they're thrilled. They go to halftime with a lead.
That's right. Archbold shouldn't have to snap it again here as the clock ticks.
This is a big win for Archbold here going into halftime against Liberty Center with the lead at home on senior night.
And there it is. Tiger fans, we got a ball game in Archbold. Streaks 14, Tigers 7 at half.
All right, we're going to take our halftime break. We will cover the bands, and then we'll be back after this.
The marching band, Tiger Vision to the Center Tiger Marching Band. Our first song is released in 1986. It's soundtrack to Top Gun. Come on, Tiger! Band takes you on. Driveway to the danger zone. We're on Major on the other way. Is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the Tiger Marching Band. This hit was named after Dr. Max Jacobson's Secret Service nickname released in 1989. This hit featured number 1 on Billboard Top 200 and spent a total of 109 weeks on the charts. It also helped Motley Crue win Best Hard Rock and Heavy Metal Album of the Year. He's the one they call Dr. Feelgood.
Introducing the 2025 Archbold Blue Streak Marching Band led by Group Commanders Alana Trace, Adeline Nafsiger, and Jade Whitaker. This senior night we bring you the final episode in the Holmes Mystery. Watson turned to Holmes. I found a clue that you had nearly discovered the night you were abducted. Watson handed the ID card to Holmes. His spatters of paint on the edge reminded me of something we'd seen when we first toured the high school. And sure enough, that spray paint led me straight to this safe. Well done, my friend, Holmes nodded. Watson shook his head. No, there's just one loose end. How were you nabbed while I was watching the perpetrator in the Phantom costume the entire time? That question just burns in my mind. This police cruiser returned to the front doors of the building. Watson and Holmes watched as he led his suspect to them. Krupke announced, "Well, I found him right where you expected. This Phantom was manning the telephone switchboard from the next building over. How did you know our culprit would be in the elementary, dear Watson?" "Well, Krupke, I made a call tonight looking for you, and the voice that answered was a surprise, but I did not expect the Phantom of the Opera costume." scratched his head. We have our phantom, and now I believe I have the answer to my burning question. We just have to find your kidnapper before he escapes. At that exact moment, the formidable pirate jumped in, weapon drawn. Unhand the phantom, or the whole place goes up in flames. Take it easy, pirate, Krupke said, calmly backing away, holding the phantom. The jig is up. There is no escape for a pirate of the Caribbean. Extra, extra. Two Kung Fu dance fighters to the rescue. Extra, extra, Holmes exclaimed. Two headmasters caught in the act of sabotaging their own buildings for personal gain. Perhaps now that we have you both, you'd like to explain your motive. Being a principal is exhausting. Kids never appreciate all you do for them. So Theo and I had to plan to start our own resort in the Caribbean, but we needed the building supplies from somewhere. Well, you and Theo will get that resort life all right, but it's called CCNO. Come on, Captain. Ladies and gentlemen, the Archbold Blue Streak Marching Band. This has been our final episode of our 9-episode series. Thanks to Adam Cobb as Watson, Nate Slough as Officer Krupke, McKenny Whitaker as Sherlock, Royal Short and Henry Fielders themselves, and McKenna Bickle and Amy Shields as Kung Fu Dancers. Catch all previous episodes of this season on YouTube at the Archbold Blue Streak Dance channel and subscribe. On the Liberty Center and Archbold bake sales going on. At the end of the second quarter, Liberty Center has totaled 1,000.
All right, we're back here from Archbold. It's the Blue Streaks 14 and the Liberty Center Tigers 7. That just sounds weird to me saying it.
Well, we started seeing Liberty dominate the line of scrimmage there in the back half of the second quarter, and that was more to our liking. But Archbold, senior night, playing for all the marbles and letting it all hang out. Total yards. Liberty Center has run 35 plays for 216 yards. Archbold has run 25 plays for 224 yards. So Liberty, again, back half of that second quarter, got a lot more efficient and started seeing that turnover we had with Crimebrink on the goal line, questionable turnover. Liberty could be 14-14. Passing Liberty Center, Caden Crimebrink 3 for 7 for 48 yards and a pick. Ethan Gray 2 catches for 36 yards. Archbold, we knew they could throw it. Maddox Pinner's having a night. 8 for 14 for 219 first half yards. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Ryder Ryan had a big throwback wheel route for an 85-yard touchdown, and Morgan Harris 2 massive third and plus 20 conversions in the first quarter. Big touchdown, 3 catches for 68 yards. Liberty Center really started to dominate the line of scrimmage right where we want to be. 26 rushes for 172 yards. Garrison Cruz, 13 rushes for 107, and Thomas Moeller, good first half and a touchdown, 9 for 51. Archbold, 8 rushes for 38 yards. Ryder Ryan, 3 rushes for 18. Liberty with 13 first downs, 2 great drives in the second quarter. Archbold 10, kind of dominated the first quarter. Third down efficiency, Liberty Center is 3 of 5. Archbold 3 of 6. Liberty 3 sacks. Got him early. Big turnover by Dippy early and a pick by Connor Sonnenberg to turn away Archbold's drives. 2 missed field goals by Max Walker. And Liberty did get a sack fumble. We got 2 turnovers there in the first half. We turned it over once. But Jiggs, Archbold came excited on senior night. Packed house, very excited. Their energy level was unmatched. Liberty just did not match the intensity and focus, especially in quarter 1.
Yeah, well, watching film coming in this game,
you knew they had the weapons.
We knew that Archbold had the offensive weapons to do some things, to be dangerous, and we've seen that. They've hit some big plays here tonight. We did expect their defense to struggle a little bit with the run game. We saw that the last 2 drives. I think that's got to be the key for Liberty Center. Let's stay on the ground and let's continue to pound this thing. We also talked about the turnover battle. You said Archbold's got to get 1 or 2 to be advantaged. It's even. We had 2 turnovers. They had 2 turnovers.
We had a pick and a fumble.
That's right. Yep. So, I think a turnover in this second half could really swing this game. This is a tight football game. We talked about what is the magic number. Is it if Archbold gets to 28, that's going to be a tough thing to overcome. So big drive here for Liberty Center coming out second half.
Senior night, you know how that goes on senior night. Excited, big student section, playing for all the marbles. Archbold came ready to play football
They
tonight.
sure did, and credit to them, credit to this coaching staff. They were ready in every aspect of the game, and they flat out, some things happened, but they put it to us in the first half, plain and simple. We'll see how the Liberty responds in the second half and see what we can do.
Jiggs, I liked how we finished the half.
Yeah.
The 2 drives we had in the second quarter was a lot more like the formula, dominant up front. We started to really lean on them and wear them out. They have taken some chances.
Yes.
They've been running some run blitzes and running at strength. I think Casey and the staff, I think this is where they're at their best, making adjustments. They do not panic.
Yep.
You don't see a bunch of yelling and screaming. You probably hear more emotion out of our voice than you ever will from Casey.
That's right.
And that's what makes him a championship-level coach. And I expect Liberty Center, Jeremy, to come out and get right to it here.
That's right. Nobody's worried over there. Just get down to business, do your job, and it'll turn out right.
I do think, keep in mind this passing game, this secondary of Archbold's done a great job on these routes. The passing game's been a big thing for us to just open up the run game. It's not really been there down the field. Not a lot of time for Caden to throw tonight, and there's guys really not open. So I would expect to go run to the pass in this second half. Not as much focus on early passing, but let's get back to basics.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw it work twice here in that first half, and hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it from Liberty Center standpoint there.
I thought the fumble, I just really questioned whether it was a fumble, and the captain, Mark Bly, he kind of saw the officials calling it down. We saw it called down, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
I think they may have gotten caught up in the emotion because I think the side judge over here on the Archbold sideline called it down early.
I just saw him just pointing.
And you got the guy from the far sideline coming in and having the conversation. So again, I think the refs are doing a great job, but that was a critical call and really kept Archbold in the game because that's a 14-14. Liberty gets the ball, but they received the kickoff. Here we go.
That's right. The second half for all the marbles in the NWOAL here in Archbold.
Be nice to see a good return here as well. We've had the ball twice now inside our own 25. See if we can't get out to 30-35 here.
Archbold set to kick, and they boot it deep. Old Crew will field at the 10. Old Crew up the middle, has a little bit of room. Good return to the 32-33 for Liberty.
I like Old Crew in the open field. Does a great job picking through, seeing space, got good vision.
Yeah, he does.
Slippery hipped. JT gets out in space, and he can hurt you.
Well, that's better. It's about a 10-yard advantage to our last two drives coming off the kickoff. So,
Anderson Bentley had a big first half for Archbold. So did Wyatt Klein and number 22 Max Burrows defensively.
Liberty starts with Cranbrink in the gun, gives off the left side to Cruz. And Cruz is going to get one or two. We'll see what the tone is like here early in the second half, gentlemen.
Great flow that time. Anderson Bentley, he got down the line and limited that gain. If it wasn't for him, Gary may have been off to the races. Good first yard down.
Good patience by Garrison, but Archbold doing a good job staying disciplined and fulfilling their run responsibilities tonight.
Looks like we're going to have a substitution penalty on Liberty, backing them up 5. Not ideal.
It's penalties like that just the playbook just gets a lot smaller, and you're behind the chains, and this is not something Liberty's used to.
See how the Tigers respond on second and about 12. Cranbrink in the gun. He gives to Moeller up the middle. Not much doing. And to your point, Scott, now we got 3rd and long.
Isaiah Garcia just ran it down from behind. Those longer plays off tackle, the athletes for Archbold just pursue with great speed, and now we're 3rd and plus 10. This is just not where Liberty wants to be.
Let's see what Coach Casey Moeller decides to do here on 3rd and 10. 3rd and 11.
Well, these comeback routes have been so crucial for us. See if they go to one here.
Cranbrink does roll left to pass. He's pressured. He has some room. Throws downfield. Incomplete to Cruz. He was open, but that throw, and he was running out of real estate over there, too, on the sideline. Liberty's going to have to punt it away.
Man, oh, man, that's just not the way you want to start the second half, Jigs. I mean, you kind of want to come out and you want to reestablish what you'd finished the first half with, and just not good football by Liberty Center.
Well, Archbold's linebackers flowing around. They're making a lot of plays. Give this defensive credit. They're playing better than I expected them to.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Cranbrink to punt. Gets off a decent punt, and it's going to take a decent roll. He's going to Ryan's going to field it there. Good tackle.
Good field position, though, 35. And Archbold's got to feel really empowered, Jigs, just coming out, sticking it to Liberty, and they get the football with the lead, and just kind of maybe thought we looked so good in those last 2 drives. But like you said, the Archbold linebackers, athletic, running free, making tackles.
See if we can get back to pushing this pocket with 3 here and get a 3 and out. We need a 3 and out. I don't think we've had a 3 and out yet tonight on defense. I don't believe we have.
I can't recall a punt. Yeah. Now that you say that. Pinner. Slant to Krieger. Gain about 6 as the Tigers swarm him.
You're going to start seeing, I think, this very controlled short passing game, clock running, moving the chains, Jigs.
Well, if you can get 5 or 6 on a slant, I think Archbold would take that. And
you just cannot lose track of number 12, Morgan Harris. They'll
at any
They'll
time.
scheme up a vertical and
Hitch and go, wheel routes.
Pinner in the shotgun, 2nd down and 5. Another slant to Krieger, and he drops it. Thank you very much. But he had first down yardage and more there, guys.
the alligator arms kind of came out there, but that's a good-looking route and throw. He's got to make that catch. And
Well, Ethan's slipping a little bit again. We're slipping all over the field tonight. I think he's got to tighten that thing down a little bit. There's too much room. You can't have 7 yards and a quick slant. See if we make an adjustment to that route.
the guys upstairs for Archbold, they've got to be seeing some of that footing too. I noted
It is
that
a
early
real
on.
problem.
There's
It is a
cuts and
real
footing for us,
problem.
not for them, but for us.
Pinner, 3rd and 5. Can the Tigers force a punt? Looks across the middle, and that's caught for a first down.
Man, he was wide open on a 3rd and +5 and just kind of ran an in route, and I didn't see anybody there. Jake,
Colin Short, looked like Colin Short, number 1, was also open. So underneath coverage, they've hit a few of them in between our linebackers and safeties here tonight, and that was another positive 3rd down completion for Archbold.
Well, they've gotten some big 3rd down conversions in the first quarter, big and 3rd and 20-yard conversions.
You leave Penner upright, man. He can sling it around.
Pinner looks right. And he's going to get a couple good tackle there. Is that Badenhop or Gray? Badenhop, good tackle.
Yeah, you got to get Morgan Harris to the ground, and they have to probably feel advantage in that matchup a little bit against the young Badenhop. And Isaiah did a good job on wrapping him up and not letting him free.
Brings up 2nd and about 8 for the Streaks.
The clock just continues to tick against Liberty here as Archbold is taking their time.
Pinner takes the snap, gives out the middle to Ryan. He's going to gain a couple. Going to bring up 3rd and 5. This is a big 3rd down with this field position, guys, for Liberty.
They've crossed our 50 jigs, and not a bad run. Probably what you'd expect, 2.5, 2 yards, but keeping you honest and
running that clock.
Running the clock, and they're going to get to the 7:30 mark here in the first quarter.
This 3rd down has been a struggle for Liberty Center. They've had some big 3rd down completions. See what they draw up this time. You got that slant, you got that underneath route on them dig routes that have been a problem for us. So playbook wide open here.
Could be 2-down territory. I see him going for it on 4th down as well.
Yeah, probably getting there. Pinner takes the snap, has time, looks over the middle, and it is dropped by Ryan. He would have been close to first down yardage. It's 4th down.
2 big drops there on those are conversions, Jigs and Jeremy.
Yeah.
Those are first down drops.
I know it.
Liberty just dodges a bullet, but they're going to flip the field here.
Yep.
Hopefully Liberty gets a good return here.
Man, I've been impressed with Pinner, man. He is putting it
right
on
where he needs,
the spot so far in this second half.
Those drops were, man.
Watch for a fake punt here. Anything goes for Archbold tonight.
Punt is away, end over end. Getting towards out-of-bounds yardage, and we'll go down out of bounds around the 10. Good field position kick there for Archbold. We'll see if Liberty can drive the length of the field and go 90.
Like a boxing match, they're winning rounds, man. They just keep winning rounds. They keep doing just enough, and Liberty's going to have to snap it in here. They're on the 10-yard line. Good job by Archbold special teams, and see if Liberty can get this thing going on the ground and get that rhythm we saw at the end of the second quarter.
Liberty gets some chunk yardage here, starts feeling good about themselves again. I think that's where you want to be if you're a Tiger. Kreinbrink gives up the middle to Cruz, and he's got room.
There you go.
He's got room. Yeah, he did. He stiffs arms across the 50, and I don't think anybody going to catch him. Gary Cruz goes 90, touchdown Tigers.
Oh boy, was that ever what the doctor ordered? And he was struggling to get going a little bit there, but good downfield blocking. Baxter Barrett, I think, to just enough. And once he got that 3 foot, he was gone.
Breaking some tackles.
There it is, the explosive we needed out of the running back room there in Garrison Cruz. big answer for Liberty.
When you got your D1 guy, you expect big-time things in big-time games. That's a big-time run.
You got to ride the big horse, and he rumbled to the end zone there. You feel so good if you're a Tiger, mentally even. The kick is up and good. It's a 0-0 ball game now, guys, and huge score for Liberty Center right there.
We knew Archbold had a little bit of a weakness with physicality. Now, they've answered that a little bit with blitzes and those athletes running plays down from behind. But, man, once Liberty got focused, getting vertical, I mean, Garrison Cruz is one of the best running backs all divisions in the state of Ohio.
Yeah. Liberty Center getting back to little old school smash mouth, grind it out there, and Gary found some real estate. 7:01 left in the third. Tie ball game for the NWOAL title.
And you just feel like you needed a momentum shift for Liberty
did,
Center.
yes.
Just been kind of, even the couple drives that we had, not as big of a play, just needed some
I mean, guys,
momentum,
I feel like
and that
weight's
is
off
it.
my shoulders.
That's right.
A little bit.
You
feel it?
You look like your shoulders are even
I mean,
they're
I'm
moving
just like,
now.
I'm like, oh, I can breathe
What you
again.
could use as a shave, though. You look a little bit like you've been on a raft for last month. I can't believe Gina likes that very much.
A little bit of stubble right now.
I did feel the triceps. You've been working those.
You got to get the
skull
push-ups
crushers.
in.
The skull crushers, getting those
Straight bar
tight
curls,
grips.
too.
Straight bar curls. You remember straight
bar curls. Gina loves them. You bet.
Big
That's
answer.
been an old joke between me and Barrett for many years.
25
straight
years.
bar curls.
Walker kicks it deep for Liberty. Krieger fields at the 10. He runs over to the right side, and he's brought down.
Oh, yeah.
And Liberty Center feeling a little bit better about themselves here after that hit.
Tatum Murdoch
starting it
making
off.
Making plays, doing a great job. He did open field, too, against one of Archbold's top athletes, and that pins Archbold inside the 20 jigs.
There we go.
Just what the doctor ordered.
That's right.
Liberty's crowd coming alive. You can hear them roaring over there a little bit.
See if the Tigers can get a big stop here, get the ball back again. We'll see what Archbold has up their sleeves. They're not going down without a fight. That is for sure. Thoroughly impressed with the Blue Streaks tonight. Pinner drops straight back. He's looking deep on the right side. And that's picked by Moeller. Ethan Gray.
No, Thomas Moeller.
That's Moeller. That was Moeller.
Thomas Moeller. And
Thomas
you know what?
Moeller playing
great
center.
read.
That was center
Great
field.
read.
Great job, senior.
I mean, that
is a big-time play.
Turnover number 3 for Archbold. Like you said, too, if you can't run it,
yeah,
Casey and Matt Bryan are going to find it, and they're finding plays. Good job by the secondary. And good job by the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Good having a senior back there, man.
Oh, man, Thomas
He read
Moeller.
that
was a
right off of
great
his hand.
Great read.
Yeah, you know, when you, as a senior at playing center field, when you go to the well one too many times, I think I've seen this. Yep, here we go. Thomas Moeller with a huge pick for Liberty. Crime break gives to Moeller off the right side, and he's going to get about 1 on first down.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of Archbold's defensive backs and outside backers and corners. They're in on a lot of plays, Jags. They've really committed to stopping Liberty's run.
Now you wonder, does that play action come in? Can we get a good play action? Get Lonzak behind this defense. I think it's you're getting close. Any time now. Look out for 18.
And they've kept Jackson Lonzak.
Yeah,
under
you know,
here a little
they
bit.
have. Crime break under center. Pitches to Cruz off the left side. Cruz, he's free again. Cruz all the way down to the 20. First down yardage for the Tigers.
Left side of the offensive line again over there, just caving down Archbold. And, you know, you just give Garrison Cruz just about an 18-inch space. He blows it wide open.
Look out. I mean, that guy is tough to bring down.
Really is. He gets a lot of tough yards.
Oh,
James.
he's a beast. If you're a corner, you don't want to see number 30 coming at you. You just don't want to see it.
Crime break under center. Gives straight ahead to Moeller. Moeller banging and churning. Gets 6. And guys, I feel like if you're a Tiger right now and you look at the Archbold Blue Streaks in the eyes, and you say, uh-oh, we're feeling good. We're feeling good. Here we go.
That's right. This momentum has certainly shifted.
That pick was huge.
It was so big.
You know, he made a play over here a couple years ago before half. Thomas Moeller, I think he was playing sniper, just a big pick before half, and big-time senior making a big-time play, Thomas Moeller.
Crime break under center. Gives straight ahead to Cruz. Cruz hurdles the first defenders, and he might have first down yardage. Yeah, moving them. First down Tigers.
Big one.
First and goal.
You know, the offensive line, now you're seeing
Archbold getting up slow.
A little slower, their top linebacker. You know, again, I thought we'd see you kind of felt that we had that in us at the end of the first half. We really moved some bodies, great-looking blocks. Starting to feel that again, but Liberty's offensive line.
Splits right and left, crime break under center. He gives to Moeller off the left side.
Oh, boy.
Moeller's going to get a couple, about 4 or 5. Second and manageable.
Liberty now starting to really reestablish the line of scrimmage every snap. Now you're back to playing Casey Moeller football, Nick Miller football, 3, 4, 5 yards. And, again, Archbold's done a pretty outstanding job, but Liberty now started to take its toll, the battering up front that they're starting to take.
4 minutes left in the third quarter. Tigers knocking on the door. Gives straight up the middle to Cruz. He's down to about the 3, the 2 or the 3. Be third down for the Tigers.
4 down territory for the Liberty Center. A touchdown here just flips everybody's mindset and get control of this football game. But, man, oh, man, you've got to tip your cap. Archbold really did some great things to keep themselves even in this game at this point. 3rd and 3 here, Jeremy.
This is a big play in this ball game. Kreinbrink gives to Cruz off the left side. He's initially stopped, and he's brought down. I don't think he gained anything. He might have lost a yard.
Here we go, 4th down. Archbold, they're going to kick it.
Wow. That is a big stop by Archbold. Big stop.
A lot of guys off tackle waiting for that play to develop, and kind of thought maybe that would be 4 down territory, and tip your cap to Archbold. They bowed their neck and stopped Liberty.
Walker to kick. Snap is down. Kick is up, and it is good. Brings the tally to 17-14 in this NWOAL title game with 2:42 left in the third.
And Archbold's got to be happy. That's another win for them.
It is.
I mean, Liberty got points, and that's good. We have the lead. That's better. But, man, we had them on their heels, Jigs. I kind of thought you stick it to them, get vertical, and just drive them down the field.
That's their 3rd big stop tonight. You know, we had the 2 turnovers first
they're
half.
Not known for that,
field.
man. That's
they're
not who they are, but they have been that tonight.
And then the 3rd one here, so that's off, 3 turnovers that we had short fields that Archbold was able to find a way to get a stop. So give that defense some credit. But, man, what we have officially we're up on the turnover battle, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's been your indicator, key indicator. I don't like all these turnovers, but a game like this, the intensity of the hitting, you're seeing guys turn the ball over. But, again, Archbold just hanging in there, 17-14, and Liberty's got to bear down and get some coverage here.
Clock ticking away. 2:42 left in the third. Crucial possession for the Streaks here.
Great energy tonight here on senior night. A lot of excitement here for Archbold and their seniors, and they have not disappointed.
Walker set to boot it away. Kicks it deep. Ryder Ryan off the right side, and he gets to about the 25.
Looked like he could have left that thing maybe get out of bounds. Kind of had that roll, but decided to field that. Good job by Isaac Orth. Pin him in on the sidelines, and here we go. We're back to inside the 25. That's right where we want to be.
Right. Isaac Orth, too, Jigs, not to interrupt, but good tackler.
Yes.
Been a good tackler all year. Just sure-handed. reads it right, gets guys to the ground. Well done by Isaac Worth, senior.
Pinner in the gun. Gives up the middle to Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Big stick by the Tigers.
Max Walker.
Yeah, you just running inside. Max Walker's just having none of it. Getting slow off the ground. Who is that? That is Jackson Lonizak. But there, the linebackers, again, you want to run A-gap, number 50, you got to pay a toll.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a price, and there's not a lot of yards there. When you got Dippy and you got Mad Max.
Number 50. Ooh, what a duo
good luck.
there.
Good luck, huh?
2nd and long for the Streaks. Pinner's looking left. Screen up the middle.
Look at Hunter Spangler.
Ryan.
He's going to pick the big play, though.
And it's a big game to the 45 for Archbold, moving the chains.
Hunter looks upset. Boy, he read that thing, needed some help from a linebacker or corner there, and there was no one in sight.
There's another variation of a throwback screen for a big play for Archbold, and again, they get blockers on the second level, Jigs, and let those running backs. There's a lot of free space for those backs to make decisions. So, just well designed by Archbold.
Archbold with a little life at the 45 as the clock ticks down in the 3rd. Pinner straight back. He's flushed out in the pocket. He's going to run it. Has a little bit of room, and he gains about 8 across the 50.
Yeah, that's just a lie. If you don't bring any pressure or just rush him with 3, he picked the hole that time, get positive yards. Good decision that time by Pinner.
It'll be 2nd and short for the Streaks.
I'll tell you, Pinner, nice job with his feet there, but I'm going to give him some friendly advice. Slide next time.
2nd short, Jigs. This is kind of where they want to be here.
A lot of options.
Pinner fakes.
Look at that, Ethan Gray.
Oh, another missed tackle. Well, good job there by Sonnenberg. Boy, Ethan is.
He was all over it, man. He read that thing, just got a wrap. Sonnenberg, good job to pick him up that time.
Great job cleaning it up. 3rd and short for the Streaks.
We have missed a few tackles in the open field tonight, and part of that's been some of that footing, maybe.
And I think these receivers, I think these receivers are good players, strong players, and probably the best receiver group that we've seen all year.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter, 17-14 Tigers.
All right, we're going to take a break here. Let's hear from our sponsors. These guys make these broadcasts possible for you guys.
Hey, Tiger sports fans, this 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, P&L's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton.
Back here. Final quarter, 17-14. Guys, when we came over here, we knew it was going to be a ball game. We are surprised by a lot of things. Jigs, you made a lot of, points about turnovers, the battle, who wins it. Somebody needs to make a play here going into the 4th quarter.
Oof.
All the marbles.
Oof. Well, Archbold has certainly brought their A game tonight. This was better than I expected from them.
Agree.
And they I'll tell you right now, they are in this game, and this game could go either way at this point. Start of the 4th quarter.
That's right. It is a battle here in Archbold this evening. Pinner drops straight back. He looks deep on the left side. It is going to be
Great job,
incomplete.
Isaiah Badenhop.
Good defense by Badenhop.
I'll tell you what, that guy playing the hands, they got him on an interference earlier, but he was patient that time, didn't get into the body, and man, he played right through the hands. Perfect timing. Great job. Great job.
4th and 3, Streaks.
Inside Liberty
Looks
50.
like-
Not surprised.
Looks like they're going.
They
Well,
want to win the game here.
you got screen, you got slant. That's just it. That's the balance of this Archbold offense. Hard to tell what they're going to go to here.
Watch the slants here. They've had plenty open for first down yardage, but drops.
Pinner takes the snap. It's going to be a screen up the middle.
Oh, my good Dippy.
Big by Dippy.
Oh, yes.
What a play by Dippy. What a job. Big time. Big time.
The Dipster. They threw the screen in the inside, and it was a fabulous read by the Dipster.
Listen to the north.
Oh, my
The
gosh.
Canadian Mafia is absolutely going crazy. right
Logan
now,
C.
folks.
Fuentes, my goodness, what a read. That's the first like dedicated inside screen. Great read by the defensive line. They've been watching it all week. Archbold's had great success on those throwback screens, but great job by Dippy. That is a big-time play.
Man, are we getting senior moments in this
Oh, yeah.
football
Yeah.
game? Senior
What a
stepping
play.
up.
Thomas Moeller and old Dippy
We'll
making
see
a
if the
big-time play.
Tigers can capitalize on that huge turnover in this ball game. Kreinbrink under center. He gives to Cruz off the right side, and he's going to get about 6.
Take that.
This is going to be, could be the old 1997 fullback or 2005 4 35 power.
I think
Give it to
you're
the
gonna
horse
see
here.
number 30 about 6 times
Big
on this
dose.
drive. Let's run this clock.
Big dose from Garrison Cruz, that offensive line, winning a lot of snaps.
Yep.
When Archbold guesses wrong on those run blitzes
Yep.
or those pinches, Liberty is really taking advantage.
We've seen plenty of that modeled over the years where Coach Rexlinger grinds it out.
What a
See
play
if the
by
Tigers can do it here.
what a play by Logan C. Fuentes. My goodness.
Give up the middle.
Oh, yeah,
On a straight
Thomas.
dive to Thomas
Get up,
Moeller.
get up.
He's got room. Down to the 10, and he's still going.
run.
What a run by Thomas Moeller.
Man, oh man, again, senior.
Man,
Senior,
he's
big-
playing a heck of a game
He
tonight.
was
isn't he?
dragging dudes down the field, our offensive line.
Whoa.
Fabulous job.
Do you guys hear that train?
Oh, yeah. Well,
going down
he was
the
on my
track there?
list early.
Man, oh man, what a run by! It was initially was there for yards, and then BY, what OB, be your own blocker, Thomas Moeller. Man, oh man, what a run!
The momentum swings in this game have been wild.
Yeah.
Kreinbrink under center. Gives to Moeller again off the right
Garrison,
side.
great
He's
drop.
got room
Yeah.
again.
Well, he kind of lost his footing
Yeah,
there
he
a
did.
little
Oh,
bit. Because
yeah.
I saw
He had
Garrison
it.
Cruz
Yeah,
looking to.
great lead block by Garrison.
I will say, when the coaches look at this film, and let's hope it ends in the league championship, but that footing I don't know, it's just
Yes.
been a little bit
Yeah,
off tonight.
it
on
has.
a number of plays. I don't know if it's just the turf or the dew, but I haven't seen that from the Archbold players as much as I've seen it from ours. But again, good run on first down, clock ticking, Liberty in the red zone here, Jeremy.
Tigers going to feel a lot better about life if they can stick one in here with about 10 minutes left in this ball game.
I'll tell you, it looks like off tackles, wide open to the left here.
Yeah, Kreinbrink's going to give it right
There it
there,
is,
too. Thomas
Got it.
Moeller, touchdown, Tigers.
I don't know what happened there. I mean, I think
You
they
said
got the
it.
line of scrimmage, and there was just no bodies.
Do you think he audibled that?
He might have, because that was just straight diving. That was
Yeah.
just cake, Liberty. Now getting in command. I don't know what happened there. Archbold's done a really good job of getting gaps covered. There was nobody there. That looked like a missed personnel piece there, Jigs.
Well, I saw an Archbold player in this defense waving his arm like maybe something was wrong, and it could have been, and maybe Kreinbrink saw it. Don't know. Walker to attempt the point after.
Yes, sir.
And it is good. To bring this tally to a 10-point lead. Fellas, the roller coaster of emotions this evening has been wild.
You have really invested in the quality of life commentary tonight. You should be a motivational speaker about
I'm telling you.
release the
You're right,
stress
though.
and relax.
My
But
blood
yes.
pressure. My blood pressure. Holy cow.
Well, seniors.
I'm back here at my producer spot. Home, Jeremy, home.
Gotta
I'm
get
a little riled
some
up.
yoga classes here.
Little
Listen, we've
riled
all been
up.
on on pins and needles. This has not really gone the way we thought, but gosh, what a play by Logan Cifuentes. I mean, that's just a lot of film study and being right there. Great run.
just the fact that he caught the football.
And then he ran with it.
The D linemen, they don't catch the football. They're not doing ball drills.
That's right.
I mean, he just soaked that thing up, caught it, and he got some yards after the catch
6
too.
yards.
And he was like, put that guy into the fullback. You're getting the rock some.
You bet.
What a phenomenal job between Thomas Moeller, who is just playing his guts out.
Yes.
And Logan Cifuentes. That is a back-breaking turnover by Archbold.
Huge.
That just flipped this entire script right back to Liberty Center. Fabulous job by the seniors here. Coming up big. They can smell a league championship. Let's see if Liberty Center can shut this down on their coverage.
Yeah, Penner's been good tonight, but, man, 2 big-time turnovers in the second half.
I mean, to go from down 14 to up 10 in this ball game.
Yep.
Liberty, wow. With 9:40 left in the game, Walker kicks it deep. Over here to Ryan in the corner. Ryan bringing it back across the middle. He's got some room.
Oh, boy. Man, oh, man.
And he goes out of bounds. Not too bad. About the 25.
I don't know who that was, if that's L9 or L5 or R5, but boy, oh, boy, got to stay in your lanes. Cannot give up the outside. Good job by Archbold in the return game. Liberty now 24-14. Now they can kind of dictate some things. Archbold now has got to make some. They've got to probably start to press and force a few things they didn't want to before.
Well, they continue to let Penner throw it around and put it in harm's way, but I think the run game's out at this point. So key and pass.
Penner in the gun. Fake play action, looks over here to this side, and he's got a man.
Great tackle.
Going to gain about 7.
Ethan Gray, really good open field tackle by E there, and Morgan Harris says you're going to start seeing 12 vertical here. They need something.
And the streaks are going fast. Down 10 with 9 minutes to go. Give up the middle to Ryan. He has enough for the first down. Streaks move the chains.
Well, we'll be more than happy if they want to hand that football off down 2 scores. And Archbold's going to need something quick here in Liberty's defense. I'm sure Matt Bryan's got it all dialed in here with blitzes and coverage.
Tick-tock, 8:45 to go. Penner rolls left, throws over there to Krieger, and a good tackle.
Oh, yeah.
By Baden Hopp. Cleaned up there by, who was that?
Isaac Orth with the finish.
Good cleanup.
Wow, good initial tackle. Yes. And Orth just gave him a little sugar. Senior, again, these guys want a league championship. That's league championship open field tackling and finishing right there.
Isaiah Baden Hopp's had a good second half. That first half, slipping a little around a little bit. Boy, he's come back in the second half. Sure tackle. Nice play on that deep ball earlier. Well, I like that bounce back half for Isaiah Baden Hopp.
Matt Bryant's defense on point, making plays, tackling. Excellent job by the Tiger defense.
Penner in the gun. Another handoff to Ryan, a little surprising, and the Tigers stop him for no gain.
Yeah, it's blocks now, Jigs.
Weimer and Cifuentes are waiting on him.
They're just winning blocks and really executing on their responsibilities, and great job by Hunter Spangler there. Ooh. He's a player.
Honestly, Weimer and Cifuentes were waiting on him. Then he had to cut it back, and Spangler was waiting on him. That front three.
Tiger defense getting it done here in the second half. Barrett, I'm going to give you a call this week and hear a report of the halftime locker room speech maybe. Be interested to hear that. Penner rolls right. He's pressured.
Weimer got him.
Kellen Weimer.
Whoa, did you see that closing speed?
That was explosive.
That was fast.
That is that's a big-time football play.
Whoa.
That's a I want to win a league championship football play right there. Jackson Lonzak as well. Penner had nothing on the backside either. The coverage sack right there.
Ryan Day's on the phone.
Yeah. Well, they're all on the phone now. It's not an offer he's not going to get.
What a play by Kellen Weimer.
That was something.
It was shot out of a cannon that last 5 yards.
That was a gear I hadn't seen in a while.
That's right. Streaks, boot it away. Everybody's getting away, and the Tigers will take over at the 34 with 6:40 here in the ball game.
Tiger fans can take a little breath.
That's right.
Breath of fresh air because,
Right.
man, this thing very uncomfortable.
It got uncomfortable.
It was.
really
I mean,
did.
Archbold was just hitting us in the mouth
They were.
with plays and stops, and they just give them credit. But, again, our staff is as good as it gets in the state of Ohio and got things corrected, and then the seniors showed up.
That's right.
Now, they've always played well, but tonight the critical plays we've made, Logan Cifuentes, Thomas Moeller, wow, good job, seniors. You know, it may be their senior night, but our seniors
That's right.
have really played a great second half.
No whiteouts. Huh.
Double tight for the Tigers. Kreinbrink under center with 6:40 to go in this ball game.
Drain this clock here.
Give up the middle to Moeller, and he's going to gain about 4 as the clock ticks away. We'll take 4 yards every play, guys, at this point in the ball game.
Yeah, I think they're Liberty be happy to keep this thing on the ground, run that clock, play keep away here the rest of the way.
Well, that's what this is now, is a couple, 3 first downs,
Yep.
and Archbold's not going to score. Liberty's defense just locked it down.
Yeah.
You know, I really thought coming out that first possession of the third quarter, Archbold kind of got after us, but, man, Liberty really has controlled this second half.
Second down, Liberty. Kreinbrink gives to Cruz off the right side. Cruz is going to get about 3, going to be 3rd and 2.
You're going to start seeing some timeouts here by Archbold once you get to the 4-minute mark, but
Looks like Schweigert might have lost his helmet there. Hopefully Deegan's okay.
well, Deegan is one of the toughest guys on this field, all 22 right now, so I'm hoping he's okay. But
Hey, while we take a break here, the Perrysburg Fire and Rescue guys are watching the game. They actually went and got the defibrillator out
Oh, boy.
early on.
I think I needed it because I did not like what I was seeing. But between a yoga master, you know, and some what we needed was Tom Olcrew to come up here and lay some hands. We needed to lay some. Tom Olcrew.
They're all watching it at the
deep
fire
massages.
station over there. They got the oxygen mask and the defibrillator out.
Whoa! Let's tell you what.
Get back on the old crew massage.
Tom Olcrew
in the crevices.
He just. I mean, he will break your fibers down right before your eyes. And don't let me bring him up here, Jeremy. You will not. That's
use it.
That's a good deal and a bad deal.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a good ththing and a bad thing.
Tom Old Crew ran me down before the game, and I didn't know who it was until he put his hand on me. And I'm like, that's Old Crew. Like I thought it was Bigfoot. It was Tom Old Crew. He's about 5'7", 5'6".
Yeah. Hey, again, join us tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock kickoff time. Archbold comes to town to take on our JV men. Colin Tamarine, myself, and maybe a mystery guest will show up here tomorrow, 10 o'clock. We'll have that game for you here on Tiger Sports Live. Also, guys, I'm starting to put the winter schedule up.
Not surprised.
Believe it or not, bowling is up now because we've got a bowling match like on the 10th or
No kidding.
13th already.
Wow.
Girls basketball practice started. Boys,
Wes Wilhelm going for a
1100 series. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this: Wes Wilhelm, I think, won the Defensive Player of the Year in the NWL soccer.
Yes, sir.
First team All-Leaguer and
Quite an
Defensive Player of
athlete.
the Year, and yeah, he is.
3-time state participant in bowling, basketball.
Blair on the basketball
Tell you
court.
what he did. He fixes a mean turkey sub with a little extra bacon and some mayo and
He
mustard.
does.
Ooh,
Yeah.
he gets it just right too. He heats it up just right. The cheese melts a bit. Excellent maker of subs. Good to see Swaggered up. We need
Yeah,
him.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing, but he is up.
Looks
So
like it maybe.
Is that a lower body or is that because his helmet went flying?
he's walking okay. Doesn't appear to be a leg, does it?
Tell you, Amanda, though, our trainer, just, you know, you talk about all the coaches and stuff, and I know, Scott, you've talked about Amanda. Our trainer is just top notch, and she'll do the quick evaluation. She'll do, you know, what she needs to do to keep us healthy.
Well, she is our Trapper John
yeah.
MD, the old 80s genius
Who's
doctor.
Klinger on the staff? That's what I want to know.
Jeez, dated reference, but
Well, best of wishes to Deegan Schwager.
yeah, we need him. He's had a heck of a year.
Let's hope he gets back in action
They're
soon.
getting him on the bench, or he's sitting down. I'm wondering if it's
His head.
Maybe a head injury.
Yeah.
Oh, that helmet went flying.
It did.
Well, that makes sense, yeah. All right, 5:22 and ticking for the Tigers. They teed it up and went straight with Moeller. And he is in the clear. Yes, he did.
And
touchdown Tigers.
NWOAL champions 4 in a row, and that's gonna put this game away. And that was a bit. I love that triple I formation.
I like that.
was
Little
old
throwback.
school,
And there was some blocks up in there too.
Baxter.
There was some blocks up in there. If we get a look at
Gary
that, I'm not sure
Cruz
we
as
can
well.
get that, but that's why. Maybe a little
Cole's
bit late,
got
but I'll
it.
tell you what, straight up the gut.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas Moeller just ripped it.
Oh, man.
That was
Thomas
just
has had a
basically
night.
a one power, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. To get your two good blocking backs to lead that thing up.
Smash mouth, old school Tiger football, and Walker's
sir.
kick
You know, you saw
is good.
Jeremy, you saw this at the end of the half. You started seeing us just wearing it down.
Yes.
It was more about us not executing than Archbold really doing the job. Boy, that's where. And I thought that first drive, Archbold had one more defensive stand, and that was it.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
gave everything they got
They
on
did.
senior night.
They did.
They're out of gas.
This
This is just
I know
Liberty
it.
running it right up the gut.
I know it.
This is a good football team, and I think they could do some serious damage at D6.
Hey, I do want to we got something else going on tomorrow. Our cross-country team at regionals. Girls took the championship for the league. Girl took, I believe, the district championships. Mason Lake also with a league championship and a district championship at regionals tomorrow. So Coach Barnes and the teams, good luck out there.
Having a big time year.
Yes, sir.
Both cross country teams are having.
Can you
great
really
years.
say Big and Kenny Barnes in the same?
I don't know. The big time performances.
He's walking around big right now
Big
with
time
some championships,
performances.
buddy. Digger Barnes, Tiger Sports Live longtime crew member.
That group led by Colby Strayer, and she's done such a good job with the young kids being a leader on that team. And
Yeah.
Mason Lake's done a great job. But I mean, those two right there, those are alphas doing a fabulous job for that cross country program.
Well, and great leaders, too.
yeah, the
That's a key
leaders,
point.
leadership,
Yep.
leadership. Yep.
Max Walker boots it away for the Tigers. Deep kick into the end zone. Be a touchback.
I just think Liberty's physicality
Ultimately,
started to really wear Archbold down. All
Yeah.
the games and the blitzes and all the just our staff just kind of like Rex Lindgren, man. Let's just get back to what we used to do. Let's just get it down their throat
How
here.
many throws did we have in the second half?
One or zero?
I think maybe one throw.
Yeah.
And how much Gary Cruz and Thomas Moeller did you get? Vertical,
yeah.
downhill.
Didn't El Toro, the bull, light the fire up, didn't he?
That's right. Pinner out of the gun, slips,
Oh, man.
pressured.
Oh,
He's
boy.
going down at
Oh,
the
boy.
5.
Race to the quarterback that time.
Oh, man.
Spangler's had a heck of a night, too.
Another senior, Hunter
Navarre.
Spangler. Navarre, yeah.
Cifuentes.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's also another coverage type sack. Pinner's looking, no one there, and here comes the overwhelming, and nothing special.
No.
That was just
rushing
overwhelming
three.
force up in your gut right there. Wow.
What a play by the Tiger defense. As it's 2nd and long for the Streaks. 4:30 left in this ball game. Pinner drops straight back,
Oh,
slips
boy.
again,
Is that
goes
gonna be a
down.
safety?
That is
Dippy
right on
balls
the line.
out. Dippy.
Logan Cifuentes. You know, he slipped. Pinner slipped.
He did.
Yeah.
He
Pinner
did.
slipped
That's
again.
two in a
Twitter
row.
slipped, yeah.
He slips. He steps up. He wants to maybe run, but Logan Cifuentes gets credit for the sack. But again, the footing, man.
it's been a
That
problem.
footing has been a problem. 3rd and 79,512
Yeah.
yards.
Dippy
Third
is
and a
just
mile.
pinning his ears back, though. He wants another one here.
3rd
Yeah.
and Delta to go. 3rd and Striker.
Let me see. Striker's
I
that
think
way,
that's
isn't it?
Striker. Where's the donut shop? That's where Rex will be. It's all right there.
Pinner in his end zone. Drops straight back. looks over the middle, has a man.
Oh, Thomas Moeller.
He bobbled it and
goodness.
then got tattooed by Moeller.
I'll tell you, Thomas Moeller, he is playing center field tonight. That's his second big hit.
Tell you what, though, that looked like he was going to catch and
Well,
convert the first down.
that was a great throw.
He had it,
great throw
bobbled
from
it.
Penner.
Yeah,
Thomas has
Moeller.
been roaming like a wild animal tonight. That secondary,
I think he started the game out with one of those bone crushers.
He did.
And he's finishing the game.
Wow,
and I know
I'll
that
tell you right now,
Coach Dominic didn't like that a whole lot. There was some excitement after that play. And he's kind of complaining a little bit about that. But, hey,
what's there to complain about? There's
Archbold
nothing
was
to
very
complain about.
excited about some of the plays they were making. And
there's no head-to-head. There's no head-to-head. He's got to make a play on the ball. It's a good job.
Yeah,
that's a straight-up clean play. Thomas Moeller just dislodges
That's
the
what
ball.
you want to do at your safe. You don't want to put your head down. You don't want to go head-to-head. He did not do that. He dislodged the football, and it was a big hit. Maddox was kind of extended out, so that was going to be a big hit regardless.
Yeah, that wasn't going to be good regardless because of the extension. So,
bottom line,
he's getting up. He's okay.
Hey, if you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna send your receiver on a deep in route.
You're running right
where
into
the
the
rover.
safety.
That's where the rover's at.
That's where he belongs, right there. Yeah, Thomas Moeller, man, I tell you,
what a job!
I've seen
him.
a lot
what
of
a
great
job.
plays and great games from him.
But this
this one might be it.
Now I don't know. We talked the Man of Steel. Has he been on the board yet this year?
No, he hasn't.
He is not. I think this might be just.
I don't even know. There's
guys,
a lot
I already
of
wrote his name down.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just
Might as
saying.
well.
I don't know.
And
If
if
there's
we
a
can
name.
get him,
I already got the shirt out.
I know we don't have a play of the game, but that interception by Dippy
we got
was
plays.
just unbelievable.
Dippy turned the tide, but I think Thomas Muller's pick was just as important.
Yeah,
oh
absolutely.
no, they
boy.
fumbled the snap, and Liberty's going to get a safety. Oh man,
Wow.
Tiger defense just basically ended the party here about late in the third quarter. The party was over for Archbold, and yikes.
Is that 33 unanswered points? It was 14-7 at half, right?
Is that unanswered?
That'd be unanswered.
It was 14-0 at one time.
That's right.
It was 14-0.
33 unanswered. Yes.
And to Mark's point here, guys, 3 quarters of this game, I wasn't feeling real good about it.
No.
And then look at the score.
Yeah.
It's actually wild how Liberty has, coming out of the second half, made that adjustment.
It was defense. It was the
And
defensive side of the football.
Just was a different animal that second half.
Well, and this offense has shown the ability to strike quick once they get right, and they got right, and it's been a good looking second half.
Just a heck of a second half.
I think there was the attention at halftime. I'm guessing, some coaches might have got
some
after a few
coaching up?
guys.
Well,
I'm just guessing.
I've been in a
'Cause I
few
know-
locker rooms. I've been in a
I'm
few
just
locker
guessing
rooms.
because I know how I would have felt as a coach in
Yes.
the first half.
Yeah, I might have been a little
I'm
animated.
thinking so. And
Super.
Rex is right next to me. I know what would have happened if we
I
played
think
that
so.
way against Rex.
I think I
with-
know
with
what he would have
Rex.
done.
I've been in a lot of very difficult locker rooms in my coaching career and playing career. I'll tell you, 85, Rex Lindgren unleashed at Holgate, and I still have hearing loss in my right ear. Holy cow.
Archbold kicks it away to Old Crew.
This is a problem
Old
here.
Crew was loose over the 50 and brought down at about the 48.
And you could just tell the special teams, they were pinning us inside the 30, no more.
Yep.
This, and Liberty's conditioning, I think the weight room, I think the nutrition has really been a part of this because we've looked better in the second half.
We sure
Archbold looks like they're out of gas, but they expended so much energy to be in this game, and Liberty is going to win their 4th league championship in a row here, Jeremy, and how
Awesome.
sweet it is. I mean, as Spike would say, it gets no better.
That's right.
When you're winning league titles and being undefeated.
It feels good. It is a good time to be a Tiger. 3:24 to go in this ball game. Crime break. Gives straight ahead to, is that Moeller or Barrett?
That's Moeller, I
Moeller,
think.
yeah. Yeah.
It's been those two guys all night long.
No, that was Braxton
No, that
White.
wasn't. I was going to say,
White.
that didn't look like Moeller. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah.
Okay.
A senior. See another senior.
Yeah. Ty Jackson in the backfield as well. Dakota Zabo.
I think everybody's going to be just happy. Both teams, I think, are exhausted.
Oh, man.
But I do think Liberty, looked like conditioning-wise,
Yes,
much better team here in the second half. You got to give Archbold credit, though. They were giving it to us right in the jaw. I mean, they were doing it. They were doing it. We needed this, though. Spike would say we needed this.
Definitely
and he would be
a
right.
call.
Pitch off the left side to
Ty Jackson.
Staying
in
gets
bounds.
a few.
Yeah, we talked about giving Liberty a test, and this is as good of a test as
Sure was.
I could have expected, honestly. And Archbold came ready to play and gave us their best shot.
What a ball game tonight.
Well, and guys, let's talk a little bit about we will have a bye next Friday.
Yep.
And then we will be at home the following Friday. So
We'll be home for 2 weeks, right?
Yes, we will be home for 2 weeks.
No football in Liberty Center next weekend.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Well, we give off Light
Good
off the
looking
right
run
side.
there.
What a run by
Boy, look at
Light.
Fitzenreiter.
First down, Tigers.
You got big block by Henry Fitzenreiter and getting big-time plays by Lucas Navarre. Goodness.
Do we got a JV game or something next? No, we can't do that. That's past the season.
Past the season.
Okay.
But, I love tournament time in Henry County because we really turn into a county rooting thing. The Patrick Henry Patriots will be playing next Friday.
Oh,
we don't know where yet.
That's where you're going with it. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Powder Puff Thursday if you're really hungry for football.
Really?
That's tough.
Crime break. Gives up the middle to Ty Jackson. Gains a couple. The clock will be under a minute in this NWOAL title game.
Well, this Archbold team is young.
Yeah.
Scary.
They're all back.
Seniors.
Young and scary in the future.
7 seniors on a 58-man roster.
Yep.
So Archbold Blue Streak team will be in the hunt for a league title.
No doubt.
And
next year.
They'll be in a very good position in the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah, I see this team doing some damage in D6, right, guys?
Absolutely.
Huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
If they come ready to play, there's been games. PH had them down 21-7. They had to battle with Delta. Brian won the first quarter last week. I mean, if they come out playing like this, like they did in the first half,
That's scary.
they're going deep.
Yeah,
That's right.
Absolutely.
They come out like in the first quarter against Brian, they ain't going anywhere. So
Yeah.
that's just a characteristic of a young team. And Liberty Center, 4 straight NWOAL titles. That is just big time. Extends
Huge.
the win streak to 34 in the league and 45 regular season games. Fantastic. Liberty Center gets to raise the trophy tonight. 4 in a row, Jigs. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, this is rare air for sure. I mean, this is just when you go 4 in a row. How many times has that happened in Liberty
How many
Center
league
history?
games? 33 straight? 34 straight?
34th straight
34th.
league game. 45th straight
45th
Regular
season.
And Scott, if you guys are watching the broadcast and you watch the opening segment with On the 50, I think, what did we say? These seniors have lost
3 games.
Unbelievable.
In their high
And
school
there they
career.
are. The seniors are enjoying it right there.
Yep.
And those guys right there, they're right
Celebrate,
at your screen
boys.
celebrating.
You had a heck of a night.
Especially
Heck of a second half, I
That
should
second
say.
half was as good of a second half as we've had all
Heck of
year.
a second half. Yeah.
And there's
Spangler.
plenty of teaching film, too, for KC and the staff.
That's right.
I'm sure they're going to
A little
have
bit of a wake-up call, right?
Oh, I think
I
so.
think,
Big
I think
time.
this staff can point to that first half and say, hey, guys, we're a good football team, but at any night, if a team can knock you off.
That's
so you
right.
better come ready to go every single night.
Great reality check for these boys tonight, and they finished it strong.
Now looking forward to the Swant Welding Man of Steel post-game. Gonna
All
get
right.
some numbers here, Mark, and we'll
Yep. We're going to take a quick break hear from our sponsors and our disclaimer, and then we'll be back with game stats and Man of Steel selection. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, Tiger Sports fans, this 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, P&L's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton.
This broadcast is copyrighted by Tiger Sports Live for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of Tiger Sports Live is prohibited.
You can bring it in.
All right, we're back here with a preview, because we'll talk a little bit about the next game. But what a great game by the Tigers. 33 unanswered points. They were down 14-0 at one point.
Wow. Yep.
So big plays, big moments, big senior opportunities. Talk about stats, and then we'll get to those players.
Yeah, we'll get to the Swanton Welding Man of Steel, Steely Dan Award, and it's going to be unanimous, but there's the guys we want to talk about. Obviously, we'll talk more about Thomas's game. What a great game by Thomas Moeller. Let's go over at Liberty Center, 33-14. Fourth straight NWOAL title, 45th straight regular season win, 34th straight NWOAL win.
Wow.
The numbers are mind-boggling. You got to close your eyes and make sure you get it right because you're always wrong by one.
Yeah.
Monday, I will find out I was wrong by one. But regardless, tremendous job by Casey Moeller and the Liberty Center Tigers. And boy, it was senior night for Archbold, and they really let it hang out in the first half. But it was senior night for Liberty Center in the second half. 26-0 in the second half as the defense just shut it down. Party over on senior night. Total yards, Liberty Center, 469 yards on 59 snaps.
Wow.
And that's second quarter on. That first quarter was not much for Liberty Center. Archbold, 47 plays for 255 yards, virtually all in the passing game.
Yeah.
Archbold, 15-27 for 268. Maddox Pinner, 3 picks and 2 touchdowns. Ryan Ryder with 2 touchdowns. Give them credit. They got after it early and found Morgan Harris when they needed him. He was big tonight for them, but the fact is, Liberty Center just erased that entire segment in the second half. Here goes your rushing numbers, and these are Liberty Center-esque. Liberty Center, 421 yards rushing. We knew we could do that, and we did it. Took us a quarter and a half. It got done. Garrison Cruz, 21 carries for 234. These are unofficial. 21 carries for 234 yards.
Wow. So 10.4 yards a
Complete
carry.
and utter dominance. Thomas Moeller added 155 yards, all inside. Nothing outside the tackles. It was just rock and roll for the senior Thomas Moeller. 18 carries for 155 yards. Rushing total, again, 421 in about 2.5 quarters. That is just basically taking the line of scrimmage and just wiping it. That's Armageddon-type numbers. Road grade. That offensive line was phenomenal. Wow, just a wow-type finish. First downs, Liberty 20, Archbold 13. Again, 33-14. 26-0 run on Archbold. Thomas Moeller, enormous pick on Archbold's kind of key drive of the second half, and then they ran one too many screens. Don't test Dippy. Do not test Dippy. Logan Cifuentes ended the game on a screen pick, and that's Nick Miller, and that's Todd Spangler, and that's Howe, and that's the defensive line staff going. When they ran that screen inside, we were there. Those outside screens and throwbacks, those were really well designed by Coach Dominic. Hunter Spangler, incredible second half. 3-man Russian guys opening up lanes. And then the story of the game, I think, the back end just locked it down.
Yep.
Isaiah Badenhop, Thomas Moeller, Ethan Gray erased people. That wasn't happening in that first quarter.
No,
Archbold was all over us. So that is just a coaching staff shutting the door, getting on the dry eraser board, maybe challenging some folks, but the defense in the second half, Jigs, dominant.
Yes.
Dominant. Third, fourth quarter was just dominant.
Well, they took away the big plays,
They
right?
did.
Archbold had a couple big plays in that first half that really kind of broke that game open. The second one to Ryder Ryan on that on wheel route. That was a deep play, and Archbold's feeling good. It was 14-0. It was a little uncomfortable, but you're right. Liberty Center got to halftime 14-7, regrouped, made some changes defensively, and they just shut everything down. They had the 2 turnovers that were huge in that second half to kind of have the turnover battle. It was 4-2. We turned it over twice. we created 4 turnovers. So I think that was the key for the defense tonight.
Jeremy, you just saw the emotion, Archbold buzzing around, their crowd, their youth, all those, the whole sideline. We were just kind of, we weren't into it for some reason. Just a slow start for us. Yeah. And they get out 14-0. They stop us. We miss some 2 field goals. Can't get things going. But I just think that energy, it's like it took so much to stay in this thing. Liberty just grounded them right into a fine dust in the second half.
That's right. They had the momentum early, and it was a scary thing for much of that game. You didn't feel good as a Tiger fan. And like you say, we just grounded out. And that road-grade offensive line and just the solid defensive second half tonight just ended up overwhelming this Archbold team, who played a good game, but just the Liberty Tigers were too much for them tonight.
Let me make sure that I think this is just so important. 421 yards, and that came the second half of the second quarter.
Right.
Yeah.
And then a complete Armageddon effort in the second half. Cruz, 21 carries for 234, and Thomas Moeller, phenomenal game of his career.
Both sides of the ball.
Both sides, you got it, Jeremy. 18 for 155. There was a couple big runs by Garrison Cruz, but a lot of it just came the bludgeoning.
Just grinding it.
11, 6, 8. The old Eric Weimer 35 powers just ripping people. Great blocking, offensive line. That was just annihilation there in the third and fourth quarters. All right, here we go. We're gonna slip into our Swanton Welding Man of Steel. This one's pretty easy tonight. We called it midway through the third quarter, maybe the fourth quarter. I mean, we consider there's a couple players that were exceptional. We talked about Hunter Spangler. We talked about Logan Cifuentes. We talked about Kellen Weimer was dominant. The cornerbacks really stepped up. Isaiah Badenhop, great second half.
Spangler.
Hunter Spangler was phenomenal. The seniors tonight, Mad Max, 0 A-gap, 0 room to run. But tonight,
just every time.
I'll have all of you guys can mention a player or two. It was an easy Thomas Moeller night. Big picks, big hits.
Yes.
He separated the ball
twice
a couple times, and big first down hits early and late against their best player, Thomas Moeller. And a walk is my Swanton Welding Man of Steel, Steely Dan, winner tonight.
Yep.
Jiggo?
Yeah, I mean, Thomas played the game of his life, running the ball. He looked as good as we've seen him.
Yep.
The pick was huge, a couple big hits. He was all over the place in that rover safety mode from sideline to sideline. So, like Thomas Moeller tonight.
I'm going to jump in on that because I want to add something to it. Again, you guys have to watch the action because you're calling the game. I get to go do what I want. But the other thing Thomas Moeller did was direct traffic back there. He saw when they put somebody in motion, and he was motioning his defensive backs over. He was not only in control of what he was doing, but he was in control of that entire secondary. And when he saw something, now Casey talked about him being the quarterback of the defense back there. Tonight he absolutely was. So you can add that as an accolade to him, that he was making adjustments. And multiple times, Isaiah Badenhop, first quarter was not great. Slipping, ball. I mean, that was really weird tonight. We've never seen that. But the first person to him was Thomas Moeller going, okay, we know what to do. We just got to get it done. And so I watched him coach up the secondary and direct the secondary. So you talk about structurally sound and holding up the building right there,
So
it was.
done.
I already put his name on the list and got a medium shirt out.
Jeremy, you have any other players?
I have nothing more to add to all of those explanations. I like it. I concur. Thomas Moeller.
Well, and we could talk about everybody every week. I think the other thing is the front three.
Oh yeah.
Second half 0. I mean, just shut it down.
Gary Cruz also had 230. Yeah, it's not a bad night.
Yeah.
That was
so pick one. So, all right, let's get out of here, Scott. Take us home.
All right, very good. Liberty Center tonight, 4th league title in a row, 10-0. One more time, 45 straight regular season games, 34 straight NWOL wins, 33-14 tonight on the road at Archbold. Next week we get off, but big championship game by Liberty Center. Fabulous effort by our seniors. Big dub, 10-0, Liberty Center. Good night and good Tiger Sports.